a 1.5 mile D-shaped oval with 20-degree graduated banking. Las Vegas Motor Speedway plays host to all three of NASCAR's top stock car series. A state-of-the-art motorsport facility with its nickname the Diamond in the Desert, well deserved. Las Vegas Motor Speedway has the polished brilliance that is a trademark of Speedway Motorsports properties and is truly multifaceted. But tonight, we're at the virtual Las Vegas Motor Speedway, the 1.5 mile oval, for round 6 of 22 on the Outlaws Sim Series Gunman Truck schedule. 160 laps around through the Sin City, and the action is coming at you live on PitStop TV. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the virtual Las Vegas, Nevada. Devin Zimmerman joins me on the call tonight. Vincent Cortez is on our social media coverage this evening. And Devin, a high banked 1.5 mile speedway has in for a special treat tonight. Tell us more.
Yeah, Las Vegas Motor Speedway is a diamond in the desert, exactly 1.5 miles. Both turns 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 are progressively banked from 17 degrees at the bottom to 20 degrees up towards the wall. This makes for some interesting racing. You can have multiple lines, but the main line is kind of that middle one. That's where you're going to see most of the guys tonight on both turns. They're going to be right along that middle seam on the racetrack in both turns, as that seems to keep up the speed well enough through the turn to actually make the turn and save tires, but also keep your speed up down the back straightaway and the front stretch. So this is a D-shaped oval. You do have that tri-oval concern on the front stretch there. That's where you can really set up your passes off of 4, get under them by cutting to the inside of the white line, which you can do at 1.5 miles, and get in lower into turn 1 and 2 and try to pull maybe a slide job coming off of 2. It is very possible. It's going to be very exciting tonight to see these drivers do it in these trucks. It can get a little chaotic. Being that, there's a lot of side-by-side racing, but Las Vegas tends to be a very clean green flag racetrack, so you definitely want to save those tires as much as possible, and whoever can do that will come out king of the desert tonight, Emerson.
Absolutely, and back-to-back weeks in the desert. Last week, we were in the jewel of the desert, the Phoenix Raceway, and here we are at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, the diamond of the desert. Again, I think a great combination of tracks to go back-to-back, kind of like NASCAR's West Coast Swing. I think that's kind of what we have set up here. Well, let's speak about it. I know we're going a little bit out of order, but let's talk about the schedule, then. Yeah, it is a little bit of a West Coast Swing, but we went from Auto Club back to Phoenix and then Las Vegas. But we started off with Daytona, and of course, Performance Sim Sport went to victory lane there with Jason Miz. Then, the very dominant team, Performance Sim Sport, with Greg Holt, Christian Converse, Joseph Causey, dominated Rockingham. Not them, it was Seth Berger. Dominated Homestead. Not them, it was Jeremiah Stutzman. No, they did not dominate Auto Club, but they were up at the front. Joe Weaver came and stole the show. Absolutely dominated Auto Club. And then Phoenix. Performance Sim Sport dominated with Joseph Causey, and he won at Phoenix. But we're still looking at drivers like Greg Holt, who's led 216 laps this season, and a 0 in the win column. Does he get that done tonight at Las Vegas? Las Vegas was the site of his win last week. And Devin, forget about all that. If we look to next week, we're at Bristol Dirt. I mean, this schedule is something else.
It really is. Bristol Dirt is going to throw a wrench into a lot of guys' plans, but I think the caliber of driver in this series, the Outlaw Sim Series, is going to be able to handle that dirt. It's going to be an amazing race, and I can't wait till we get there. And then right after it, another short track, Martinsville Motor Speedway in virtual Martinsville, Virginia, is going to be a great short track. We kind of got a preview at Phoenix. Phoenix a little bit longer though, so the paper clip, as they call it, is going to be interesting. Then we head to Watkins Glen for 60 laps around that road course. That will be our first road course of the season, and I know Emerson loves road courses, so we're definitely looking forward to that one. New Hampshire after that, and then we wrap up the first half of the season the first half of the schedule at Pocono, which is going to be the tricky triangle, and then that sends us off to some short tracking again at Dover.
Yeah, absolutely. And then looking back at the rest of the schedule, the final 3 races before the playoffs, and we'll get to the playoffs in just a moment. But the final 3 races, you have the very tight mile and a half at Charlotte. Charlotte's unique in its sense that turn 3 and 4 is so much more tighter. You drive 3 and 4 a lot different than you drive 1 and 2 at Charlotte. So Charlotte's going to be a lot of fun, and one of the longer races on the season at 170 laps. Gateway, very flat. I think it's just over a mile track out in, oh goodness, somewhere in the middle of the country, Missouri. I'm going to look so dumb for that one. And then we close out the regular season at Iowa. 190 laps at Iowa is going to be a phenomenal final race of the regular season. Then we get to the playoffs. 13 drivers will set off in a 7-race stretch. Kansas and Kentucky, and that'll be complete round 1. We'll eliminate the bottom 3 in points. Then we'll go Texas and Charlotte Roval. We'll eliminate the next bottom 3 in points. So now we're down to 7 drivers heading into Talladega, Bristol, and Atlanta. A lot of fun so far throughout this season. A lot of clean and fun racing throughout the first 5 races. I'd expect something similar tonight at Las Vegas, but we're about to get a little wild throughout the rest of this schedule, Devin. But now, we talked about the playoffs there, that run to the playoffs and through the playoffs. Let's look at who's in the playoffs. And current point leader Greg Holt lost 9 points of his advantage. He came into Phoenix with a 30-point lead. Comes into Las Vegas, 21 over teammate Joseph Kazi. Jeremiah Stutzman, somewhat of an affiliate with them, but I don't think he considers himself in that team, unless that's changed, as far as I know. But Jeremiah Stutzman, 3rd in points there, 47 back. Seth Fitzpatrick, a phenomenal start to the season, up there in 4th. Devin Smith in 5th. 4-time consecutive pole winner Brad Boffel there in 6th. Can he get his 5th straight pole tonight? We'll find out that in qualifying. Then we look at Kevin Thompson, Tyler Markle, Joshua Fox, and Jason Miz, our Daytona winner, running out the top 10. But Devin, this is what we're really talking about. There's a tie on the bubble for the playoffs.
There is, and just ahead of that tie, Farron Elam Jr. there in 11th, but he's only 8 clear of the playoff bubble at this point, so he's really got to dig deep here. There's not many races left. I mean, it's a relatively short season. Also, last year's champion Seth Berger sitting right there, only 7 points clear, so he's got some work to do. He had some unlucky finishes at Auto Club and was not able to make the race last week. So he's got to make up some ground as well. James Gilliard and Andrew Pratt both right there on the bubble, tied with 109 points back of our leader Greg Holt. And then Cody Vreeland is right there. It's a little bit of a gap, but not too much to overcome for Cody Vreeland at 11 points back of that bubble fight. Matthew Setzer is there, only 12 points back of the bubble fight in 16th place. 17th is John Mickey. He's going to be 123 points back of Greg Holt and 14 points off of that bubble for the playoffs. Then we have Joshua Balliet there. He is going to be 126 points back of Greg Holt and 17 points back of that playoff bubble. Tied with him there, 19th is Max Service. He's missed a couple races, as you remember, but he's been fighting back hard. A couple of great finishes has got him back into this point mix, and he's looking to make up more ground tonight. He, again, is tied with Balliet with 17 points back of the bubble fight, and then Kyle Lingerfeld, 18 points back of the bubble fight, rounds out our top 20.
Yeah, absolutely. And Kyle Lingerfeld there in 20th. I mean, he is such a amazing driver on dirt. Let's look at Matthew. I mean, look at these drivers outside the cut line right now. Matthew Setzer won the All-Star race at Eldora last season. Before iRacing even got the dirt tires for the stock cars, Matthew Setzer won the All-Star race at Eldora last season, which was an open setup race. It was the Xfinity car, but it was an open setup race, and this was before iRacing even implemented the dirt support for the stock cars. So that was a phenomenal showing for Matthew Setzer, but he didn't have it easy. It was Andrew Pratt, who's currently tied for that bubble spot in 14th, and Kyle Lingerfeld, who is 18 points back at that cut line. Both of those drivers were the dominant drivers at the All-Star race last season. Looking forward to both of them going at it at Bristol Dirt. Kyle Lingerfeld, again, a real-life dirt racer. can bring that experience over here to the sim. It translates very well for Kyle Lingerfelt. I'm looking for him to be a force to be reckoned with at Bristol Dirt. But again, tonight we're here at Las Vegas. By the way, Joshua Balliet there in 18th. He's done competing for the season. He's going to race control pretty much all the races that he can. He's got a few more events with the Cars Esports Tour here on PitStop TV as well, also on Wednesdays, alternating Wednesdays for now. But this week is the IORL Championship finale. As we're talking about point standings, I think that's an amazing segue. But the championship finale for IORL is tonight, and that's currently going on simultaneously on PitStop TV. Brandon Madonia, the point leader heading into the final round at the Auto Club Speedway in those Indy cars, and he has a 1-point lead over Zach Buchanan heading into tonight's race. Rick Ray Vaughn, 6 points back. Kyle Cuthbertson, 12 points back. And don't count out Spencer Ray or Reed Sweeney, who are 20 points back. If that Auto Club race, if you think about Indy cars at Auto Club, Devin, that's such a crazy combination. IndyCar took it off the schedule. It was so dangerous. But I mean, that could be a wild championship fight, and it all ends tonight. I mean, real quick, I know we're not covering that series, but thoughts on that combination?
Speed, and more speed. That is I think it was the fastest track that IndyCar went to for a long time. And I mean, you think about fast tracks and you think about Pocono for the IndyCar series, and Auto Club was just a touch faster than Pocono was. I mean, that's crazy to think about. And I mean, yeah, extremely dangerous for those guys in real life. So I can definitely see why they took it off off of the real life series. But that's the beauty of iRacing. You know, we can go back there and relive those glory days and just translate that speed, you know, once again for fans of racing.
So again, I mentioned that. I know a lot of people here at the Outlaws Sim Series, I say a lot, a good chunk of people know who Brandon Madonia is and are friends of him. So I'm sure they're rooting for him to go at it. Zach Buchanan, on the other side of that, the league owner trying to win the title in his own league. We'll keep up with that on the side as well. But we're going to step aside real quick. We'll be on the far side bringing you pre-race interviews for tonight's Outlaws Sim Series round number 6 here at Las Vegas. Don't go anywhere.
SoundArt introduces an entirely new way to listen to music in your home. By combining the best of two products, a revolutionary high-fidelity, low-profile Bluetooth wireless speaker with beautiful artwork. Select from a library of artwork or upload your own photos to personalize your experience. SoundArt ushers in an era of invisible, beautiful, and amazing sound throughout your home and redefines your entire entertainment system. The need to reclaim your floor space and rid your home of unsightly speaker boxes that need to be bolted to the wall is now a thing of the past. Our canvas is printed on high-quality permalite by Breathing Color. And select from our gallery or upload your own. Standard sizes include 16 by 20 and 18 by 24 canvas wrapped. Custom sizing is available, as well as surround sound options.
After months of quarantine, we're all interested in how we can become our best self. The team at Permanent Makeup and Cryo is here to help you get the flawless makeup look every day without the extra effort or time. When it comes to your appearance, you deserve the best care that money can buy.
SoundArt is a product that is a speaker and it's art. We combine it together and we call it SoundArt. What makes it so unique that any picture can be your speaker? SoundArt gives you the high quality sound without the ugly speaker. This isn't a picture with a speaker, the picture is the speaker. Just imagine your wedding picture uploaded onto a canvas and now it's speaking 10,000 tunes. I mean, it's a very cool concept. What we like so much about it that you can take anything that means something very special to you, upload it on the canvas, have it hanging up in your room, your balcony, wherever you want to put it, and now it's a speaker. I mean, how cool is that? It's something that we have that and no one has. No one has this product. It's just a great gift to give anybody. It's just a neat concept. Around here we say, art never sounded so good.
Have you found yourself trying to hide your joy because you're unhappy with your teeth? Your smile is the first feature noticed in an interview, on a date, or in family photos. We want you to be able to shine bright as your best self, and our teeth whitening system is the perfect step toward restoring your confidence.
Welcome, race fans, back to the virtual Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Again, we're here for round number 6 of 22 on the Outlaws Sim Series Gunman Trucks calendar, and we're here into the final minutes of practice. But let's get, before we get some reactions and thoughts heading into tonight's race at Las Vegas, got to shout out, of course, our partners here at PitStop TV who make things go round. Again, pulling 2 broadcasts at the exact same time tonight with the IORL IndyCar season finale at Auto Club, and here with the Outlaws Sim Series at Las Vegas. Got to give a huge shout out to Tucson Sound Art. Your picture, your music. You provide the image that you want, and they will custom create a beautifully framed, high quality canvas with a built-in Bluetooth speaker. With Sound Art, you get the best of both worlds. Visit TucsonSoundArt.com for additional info. Use promo code PitStop TV at checkout and receive 10% off of your purchase. Ever wish you could have a race engineer on speed dial? Well, now you can, thanks to RacePace, a driver development service and setup shop all in one. Work with Tyler, a real-world race engineer, to step up your game before your next race. Pick up pace with RacePace. When it comes to your appearance, you deserve the best care that money can buy. With locations in Auburn, Lewiston, Naples, and Saco, Maine, Permanent Makeup and Cryo in Maine owner Ashley Boyer is a certified micropigmentation specialist who provides professional, safe, and personalized services. Contact Permanent Makeup and Cryo in Maine at permanentmakeupinmaine.com, or you can call or text them at 207-358-8683. Of course, Whiplash Media specializes in various sim racing resources, including paint schemes, stream overlays, iRacing, camera packs, and more. The official graphic and camera provider of PitStop TV. You can grab your iBroadcast cameras today at www.pitstoptv.com, and of course, check out BAM Racing videos. By a race fan, for the racing community. And Devin, heading into tonight's race, there's a driver you wanted to talk to. He's kind of making a resurgence tonight. Driver of number 69, John Mickey.
Yes, sir. Let's get him to the booth.
Right on. Again, John Mickey, he was one of the race controllers last season, and it's honestly, it's great to see him on the track, and we're bringing him up to the booth.
Hey, John, this is Devin in the booth. You got a copy?
I do. How are you guys doing?
Hey, how's it going, man? Glad to see you back on track this season. I know you were doing race control last season for a bit, but glad to see you back, and you're in the playoff hunt. Tell us how you're feeling right now for your early race or early season, your early season pace, and early season how it's going for you.
Well, my early season pace isn't the greatest. I'm just learning where I fit in and trying to get better. Some of these guys are pretty quick, so it's a lot of work.
Oh, most definitely, and of course this season, we made the change to the open setups, and just give us a kind of an insight of how your team is adapting and how you're adapting yourself to these open setups. Whether you're kind of working your way in, getting better as you go, or Just kind of give us an insight on how it's going for you.
I really enjoy the setups. It lets us have a chance to fix the handling to our liking because everybody drives different. Our team is learning. We're kind of new, and we're just watching the other guys and trying to get better every week. And slowly but surely, we're doing it. Hopefully, we can keep doing it.
Well, we hope so too. I mean, like I said, you're getting up towards that bubble, that cutoff line, and we'd only have, it's a shorter season than last season, so not many races to try and make up ground like it was last season. So kind of give us what your plans are going forward. I know we head to, Bristol Dirt next week, and then after that, it kind of gets more to a normal NASCAR schedule. So kind of, give us your insights and what you're looking forward to coming up this season and what your goals are.
Well, being on the playoff bubble, I just got to keep trying and get faster. I've been practicing a lot more, realizing I have to with some of these guys. And it seems to be working slowly. I'm starting to finish races better, and the playoff bubble is a good site to go, but it's going to be real hard. These guys they're good racers. I just hope to be able to keep competing good and finish good.
Of course, and we want to see that as well for you. Before we let you go and get back to what it is you do best, we'll give you the floor and let you thank whoever you got to thank. Give shout-outs to whoever you want to give shout-outs to. The floor is yours.
I appreciate it. Well, I like Adam, the owner. He's been real good to me. Me and him work a lot on setups together, and Matt and Seth, they kind of took me under there and teaching me some things. And everybody that kind of got me over here on iRacing, they all know who they are. I appreciate them. And you guys too. Y'all do a great job every week. I enjoy watching it afterwards.
Well, we greatly appreciate that, John. We'll let you get back to it. Good luck tonight, and good luck the rest of the way of the season.
Thank you very much.
And again, that was driver of the number 69, John Mickey. Again, a great guy, good friends with him, and I'm so glad to see him competing out on the track. I know last season he started off on the track, and he decided to come up and do race control to kind of help out with the series, and it was honestly a great deal of respect to him to forego his seat time to get on, forego his track time to get out up to the race control. Oh wow, to the tower and help out the series. And Adam this season decided, hey, I'm gonna step back and let those guys, John Mickey and Matt Rogers, race a little bit this season. And John's been up in the race control tower. Except you'll notice tonight he's on the practice charts. Balliet voluntarily stepped out of the trucks. He doesn't really like these trucks, but he's gone up in the race control booth, loves the series, wants to support, and that's great. And very, very happy to hear that this league has a lot of support within it as well. Speaking of support, this driver to number 33, James Gilliard, had a phenomenal season going last season. Right there in the playoff hunt, had a great shot of making it into the playoffs, and then had I believe it was a wrist injury, and had to miss a few weeks. So I'm so glad to see him back on the track and competing once again, right on that playoff bubble. James, how you feeling?
Oh man, feeling really good about the night. I think we got three really good pieces. Just excited to get this thing started.
Absolutely. Again, right there on the bubble. How would you kind of grade your first 5 races this season? Especially, I know you came back just to get some track time last season, towards the end of last season, but now you kind of reset over the off season. These first 5 races so far, a lot of different track types. How do you feel you've done?
Well, threw this team together, I guess a week or two before the season started. We really bombed it at Rockingham. I mean, we were horrible as a team and a whole. But since then, Brad's really had the finishes. I've made a few mistakes driving on the left of pit road, and last week I had a bad pit strategy, but the cars have been good. As you can see, teammates up there, I think he's got 4 poles in a row, and he finished in the top 10 the last 2 weeks.
Absolutely. Well, James, when we looked to Las Vegas and saw you up there a little bit, you're right now 18th on the practice charts. How do you see yourself faring out tonight?
Well, if I can limit the personal mistakes, I believe the car will put me up around the top 10, maybe a top 5. But then again, I got to put it all together and not really make no mistakes for that to happen.
Does the run you had last season and being up there and being a competitive driver last season have a little bit more influence on how you do this season and gives you, I guess, a little bit more motivation to actually, be able to make it to that playoff? Or do you kind of just put past season behind you and just restart, go at it with a fresh slate this season?
No. The arm, the wrist, fully healed now. It wasn't really fully healed when I came back last season. But, yeah, I mean, I know I can run with these guys. A lot of real good guys in this league. A lot of them I've been racing with for a while. Some of them not so long. But, yeah, I feel like we can have a really good run tonight if I don't mess it up. Right
on, James. Well, you're in the qualify now, so we're going to give you the floor here to shout out whoever got to shout out. Thank you, whoever got to thank for making things happen for you. And, yeah, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I really appreciate my teammates, Brad Bothwell, Jeremy Poole. They helped me out a lot learning this service. And that's been the biggest thing so far this year, I believe, is having some teammates to bounce ideas off of. So I'd like to give a thanks out to them, and good luck, fellas.
Right on. Well, we will leave you to it, James, once again. So glad to see you back out on the track and still remaining competitive. Can't wait to see how you fare tonight. Best luck to your driver. Hopefully we'll talk to you on the far side.
Yes, sir. Maybe so. Thanks.
Right on. And driver of the number 33, James Gilliard, again, was I honestly, just as a person, was very I was hurt. I felt so bad for him because he was right there in the mix and then had to miss this week. So I'm glad he's able to compete once again and give it his all and go at it again. Now we're watching driver number 32, Jeremy C. Poole, go, and he's going around off of turn number 4, and he's going through the grass.
Yeah, and you want to set these trucks up really loose for the for this qualifying run, because if you don't, it gets very tight off of 2. That wall sneaks up very quickly off of 2. 4 is a little bit more wider because you're going onto that tri-oval section, that deep portion of the track. But yeah, off of 2, you want it loose so that back end will keep turning. But the thing is, off of 4, you don't have to turn it that, to get it to come off that wall so much, so it can step out from under you. But yeah, that's just how you want to run it so you can be quick around here. And oh, there's our boss man to the top for a split second.
And Joe Weaver has decided that he's going to bring some pace tonight in that number 28 Motorcraft Ford F-150. We were on board with Adam Gardner there to see him go top of the charts momentarily. Joe Weaver has now topped of that, and we have more drivers heading out there right now. How about last week's winner, driver number 88, Joseph Kiazi, working his way through the tri-oval, staying on the racing surface across the line at the completion of his first lap. Actually, that was the start of his first lap.
Yeah, and it looks like he's going to stay high and build up momentum, because you can almost run about almost full throttle through this track at the very beginning of the run and during qualifying. So want to stay up high against that wall, try to pick up as much speed and momentum as you can, and then pretty much put it all on the line for that second lap. That looks to be Causey's method as he's going here for his second lap.
Yeah, Joseph Kiazi, that first lap, will put him 11, but again, you have 3 timed laps and a lot of time to do it, so we'll see what happens there. How about the driver going for his 5th consecutive pole? Brad Bothwell in the green 31 machine, crossed the line up on that high side. Bothwell, again, taking that shot as well, throwing away the first lap, setting himself up for the next couple laps.
Yeah, and some people say that green is a very unlucky color on a race car, but I mean, it has not been unlucky for Bothwell. 4 straight poles, going for 5. I mean, it's amazing to think about, because we've been to so many different racetracks in that time frame, and he's been up at the top in qualifying every single time.
The first lap for Brad Bothwell will place him 15th quickest, but of course he was right up against the outside wall at the start-finish line. So we'll continue to watch Brad Bothwell, keeping our eyes on Brad Bothwell. But let's take a look at the 2 Seths going at it right now in qualifying. Seth Fitzpatrick, who's just started his timed lap, and Seth Berger, who's coming around to start his first timed lap. The Seths having a nice little start to the season. Seth Fitzpatrick, very consistent start, up there 4th in points. Seth Berger won a race and just inside the playoff cut right now. Seth Berger, again, last season's champion, trying to go back-to-back, trying to put that defense. And that second lap will put Bothwell up to second quickest. Wait, is that it? Is Bothwell not going to get his 5th in a row? That's it for Brad Bothwell.
Oh, wow. So he's not able to put down the 3rd lap, and I get that because the tires do wear off quickly here. So when you're running that qualifying line, it will kill the tires. So that second fast lap, which would be the 3rd lap, since these guys are throwing away that 1st lap, is going to be, that second lap's got to be the make or break. And Bothwell just off of Weaver there. So it doesn't look like he's going to take home his 5th in a row. We still got some time left, though. Can Weaver hang on? I mean, we have both the Seths still on the track.
Yep, and a lot more drivers are just taken to the track. You have Kevin Thompson, Stutzman, Markle, Land Fox, Richardson, Elam, Miz, and Villalobos making his return to the series. Last season's champion Seth Berger will cross the line, and he will put it 10th quickest for the number 77 machine.
Yeah, that was his 1st lap. He kind of ran the bottom on that 1st lap. Now he's kind of running the middle. On the 2nd lap, a little different approach. Ooh, little step out there.
Oh, Villalobos! What a catch, but that's not going to help his cause at all.
Yeah, he's going to have to ride it up high against the wall here. Try it again on the next lap. Hopefully he has a next lap, which I think he does. So he'll ride it up high, get the run off, and then go for it again. But he did light up those rear tires. And as you light them up, I mean, it takes a little bit for him to come back down and kind of equalize. So how far do you want to push that truck right now?
We'll see what the Mexican can do as he works his way through 1 and 2. Clean that time down. Vanellis back straight. And into turn number 3, Villalobos keeping it glued to that white line. Trying to keep that number 45 in check. Comes around. Kevin Thompson goes second quickest. 9 1/1000ths off a pole. And Villalobos on his second lap will put it 4th quickest.
Yeah, and it looks like he's going to go for that 3rd one, running a little bit lower, a little bit more steady on that bottom line this time. Maybe this one will be a little bit quicker. I'm not sure. Again, the tire drop-off is significant, so it might be a little slower.
Right now, we're on board with the 55 of Jesse Adams. Working his way down, be back straight away now. This is his first time lap, so he still got himself some time as we're working into the final 3 minutes qualifying here. Again, those drivers going at it for the Pratt Tile and Stone Pole Award. Villalobos' second lap was not faster, and he will stay 4th quickest for now. Jesse Adams, his first lap, puts him 14th quickest.
Yeah, and he was ran in that kind of the middle lane there. Now he's trying to get to the bottom. A little trouble there getting all the way down. You want to put it right on that white line for qualifying. That's not where you want to race the truck in the race, but in qualifying, you want to be right on that white line as long as you can through the center of the turn. He wasn't able to get all the way down there in turns 1 and 2. And is not going to be able to get up. He is close, about 2/10 off in 8th place there. But yeah, you could just see the truck just didn't want to get to the bottom, and I mean that's where you got to be to run those fast qualifying laps.
We're going to catch up now with driver of the number 5, Matthew Setzer, working his way through 3 and 4 right now. Setzer coming around to start his first time lap with a minute 45-ish at the line. That'll be about a minute 45 exactly remaining, so he's got enough time to run 3 laps. I don't know if he's going to run all 3, but he's got the time to.
Yep, he's going to kind of run that middle line, try and pick up some momentum here, and then probably go for it on the next lap. That's not a bad call. That's what we've seen kind of the faster guys do so far, is run either the middle or the top and get that run set up there for their next lap. Let's see where he comes in on this lap. I don't imagine it'll be close to the top, but again, he's setting it up, so definitely going to go for it on the next one.
Matthew Setzer was slow, so the qualifiers on his first go round, but of course he's really setting himself up for this lap. Right down on the bottom side of the racetrack, a little tight there off of turn 2, and maybe I say tight, maybe he was super loose and had to catch the truck. But through 3 and 4, right up against that seam. And to the line for Matthew Setzer with about 45 seconds remaining. Matthew Setzer, I think, is going to be the last driver to qualify. And it'll put him... He will stay 28th. He will go at it one more time. We'll see if he can improve.
Yeah, he's just not able to get the truck to the bottom. We saw the same thing with the 55. Just not able to get it down on that white line in qualifying. Looks like the truck is just maybe set up a little too tight to have any qualifying pace. It looks to be a better long run truck than a short run truck at the moment. Just kind of running that middle groove, that middle seam there. And yeah, just maybe just not set up quite right for the qualifying run like he wanted it. Again, you want to be right on that white line, but qualifying is over, so we can award the Pratt, Tile, and Stone Award to not Brad Bothwell, but Joe Weaver. He snags the pole and denies Brad Bothwell, who qualifies third, his 5th in a row. So congratulations to Joe Weaver. He wins this week's Pratt, Tile, and Stone Award. Pratt, Tile, and Stone, serving Central Vermont since 2005.
And as the field works their way into the gridding time, and again, I want to shout out race controller tonight, Joshua Balliet. He's done everything in this. He's been racing. Now he's up to the tower, so I want to give a shout out to him tonight. And I guess they're getting their pre-race spiel tonight as Adam Gardner's on the racetrack for the first time since last season. But let's walk ourselves down the starting lineup, and of course, row number 1. Our Pratt, Tile, and Stone Pole Award winner, Joe Weaver. Alongside him, driver of the number 89, Kevin Thompson. Row number 2, we're going to find Brad Bothwell in the number 31, and the Mexican Julio Villalobos in the 45. Row number 3, James Gilliard in the 33, and Kyle Lingerfeld in the 65. Row number 4, it'll be league owner Adam Gardner making his first start of the season in the number 56. He'll be starting 7. Jesse Adams at the 55 will start 8th. And in row number 5, it'll be Jeremy Poole in P9 and last season's Las Vegas winner Greg Holt in 10th.
Yeah, then we move on to the 6th row. In 11th, we have Max Service, and outside of him, Jeremiah Stutzman in the 71. Next row back is Andrew Pratt in 13th in the 75 truck. To his outside, the 77 last season's champion, Seth Berger. In 15th is Farron Elam Jr. in the 98 machine. Outside of him, the 58 of Wendell Elliott. Then 17th is Joshua Fox in the 66. And then outside of him, Joseph Causey, who's a little bit lower than we expected, in the 88. Matt Rogers in the 96 takes on the 19th starting spot. And Seth Fitzpatrick brings the number 2 truck into 20th.
Find our way back to row number 11, and we'll find the Canadian Doug Solms, and he'll be alongside the 29 of Brandon Richardson. Row number 12 will be the 25 of Eric Peck, the 27 of Joshua Gaffright. Row number 13, it'll be the 42 of Tyler Markle, and the Daytona winner Jason Miz in the 24. Row number 14, it'll be Randall Barnett in the 63, Matthew Setzer, the last of the qualifiers, in the 5. Row number 15, driver to number 69, John Mickey, elects to not take part in the qualifying session. Alongside of him, Daniel Park. And in the final row, driver of the number 47, Andrew Schroeder. And Devin, we're working our way around the Speedway now into turn 3. Real quickly, we'll look at the weather. 66 degrees the air temp, 67 degrees the track temp. It's a very cold night. They're very loose race trucks, 9-mile-per-hour winds out of the north. A fun night is in store for us tonight. And here we go. The field, Joe Weaver and Kevin Thompson, the front 2 rows. The iRacing.com Pace vehicle will find its safety in the pit lane. And we are green from Las Vegas. Off of turn number 4, it is Joe Weaver The pole sitter out in front. Brad Bothwell trying to clear his way up into second over Kevin Thompson. James Gilliard, Julio Villalobos round out the top 5.
Yeah, there is a massive backup on the restart there. I think you were able to see it. Some guys just didn't get quite going when they wanted to, but Brad Bothwell battling for the lead here into turn 3. He has the inside line. He's not going to have the run off, but he can at least clear the 28 truck for now. Get up in front of it, pull the slide job. That's going to make the 28 truck have to settle for second for now. He does look to the outside as they head to turn 1, though.
Brad Bothwell, fastest lap, and leads at the completion of lap number 2. He leaves the bottom side open for the 28 of Joe Weaver as they go side by side out of 2. Very clean battle so far. Nearly catching the wall there out of turn 2 is the 31 of Bothwell as they go side by side into 3 and 4. Here comes Kevin Thompson going for the top spot as well.
Yeah, 4-way battle for the lead there as James Gilliard has poked his nose in, trying to take it 3 wide for second place for a second. He settles back in. Now Kevin Thompson is to the inside of our leader, Joe Weaver. He's going to look for the lead now as they go through turns 1 and 2.
And Kevin Thompson, and this might be the first time in the Outlaws Sim Series that I've seen Kevin Thompson go up and take the race lead away. And wow, that is a pleasant sight to see. Driver of the number 89, the Georgia native, out of turn number 4, went up and took the race lead that last lap, and he'll lead. But don't look too soon. Here comes James Gilliard, and I think we've had 4 lead changes in as many laps.
And that's something that Las Vegas can bring when you have the truck set up on these new tires. It can get really interesting really quick. A little block there from the 89 possibly. He's going to make James Gilliard have to do it on the high side a little bit more difficult to do it. He's going to get the
sideways.
He gets a little loose. Yeah, Brad Gilliard got a little loose there. Sorry about that, Emerson. But Gilliard got a little loose, and our league owner now is going to try and get his nose up there, taking advantage of Gilliard's misfortune. Now he's going to put his nose in and challenge for the lead.
How about dirt racer Kyle Lingerfeld? He doesn't want to wait till next week. He wants to go now up into the second position and challenging Kevin Thompson for the race lead. Adam Gardner, again, his first start of the season, up into 4th and is looking very sporty. Side by side at the line. That time it's Thompson, but Lingerfeld with the preferred line into turn 1, and here comes Gilliard.
Gilliard going to try and follow him through as they go through turns 1 and 2. Gilliard a little bit better on the inside line right now. He can hold that bottom a little better. Oh, and now it's 3 wide. 3 wide for the lead as they go into 3 and 4.
Lingerfeld wanted to block. That block was not close enough, was not good enough, because James Gilliard is going to take the top spot. Near contact. Here comes Kevin Thompson. Gilliard will get the lap. Thompson wants the lead again.
So this battling is quite exciting up front, but you got to start thinking about tires. You can burn them up very quickly if these guys aren't careful. Running this close together, this side by side, and this hard this early, you kind of want to save your stuff a little bit. Let's see if they settle in. I don't think they will, though. That lead is always so tempting to have because you can control the race for the most part and run your pace. And right now, it does look like Gilliard has a little bit of a gap, but that second place battle is still going on, and Lingerfeld is holding on to it right now, but he is having big competition from Kevin Thompson on his inside.
As Lingerfeld and Thompson continue to battle, they continue to compromise each other's lines into these corners, which allows Gilliard to open up a little bit of a margin out of these corners. They go side by side again, and Lingerfeld, Thompson still going at side by side. They can't decide. Gardner wants them to decide so he can know which lane to go with. He's going to push. I guess he's going to give a little help to Lingerfeld there. But Thompson with the preferred line through 1 and 2, trying to clear Lingerfeld. And he will, but here comes Lingerfeld right back. Does he get the crossover? No, he'll file in line. The top 4, nose to tail. Top 5, top 6, nose to tail.
Yeah, I didn't think that Lingerfeld wanted to settle for that 3rd place right now, but he's going to have to. He's probably thinking, okay, I might have to settle in here, but he does look to the inside again. Going to try and challenge again for this spot on the inside as they head into 1 and 2. Gardner now goes to the outside, trying to help out Kevin Thompson to get by him. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it again. Lingerfeld is there door to door as they come off 2 and head towards turn 3. they are still side by side.
Yeah, they gotta have to sort it out soon. But how about James Gilliard? We talked to him in the pre-race show, of course, but like I said in that pre-race show, a very competitive driver. He was up inside the playoff bubble and then had a wrist injury, an arm injury that pretty much sidelined him for 6 to 8 weeks, right in the heart of the schedule, right as the playoff bubble was being decided. He missed the playoffs due to not being able to compete for it. He returned at the end of last season, just kind of logged laps. Came back this season, knowing that he's competitive enough to go toe-to-toe with these drivers, and he's leading here at round number 6 here, Las Vegas, holding off Kevin Thompson, Kyle Lingerfeld, Adam Gardner, and the rest of the Outlaws Sim Series field. What a story for James Gilliard.
Yeah, and Gilliard now is just kind of driving with his eyes in that rearview mirror. Thompson does have a run. He's going to look to the inside now and challenge for the lead. Gilliard kind of got a little comfortable, but now he's got to battle Kevin Thompson going for the lead as they come off of 4, and he has it.
Kevin Thompson takes the lead, but at the line it's going to be close. Thompson leads at the line, but Gilliard with the preferred line through 1. Here we go once again. Adam Gardner clears into 3rd, and he might be going for the lead soon.
Gardner going to try to get the run off the high side as they get in. Maybe try and get a run on that second place truck. He is closing a little bit. Gilliard's still on the outside. Kevin Thompson on the inside. Oh, Adam Gardner looks to the outside maybe to take it 3 wide. Thinks better of it. Follows back in line. Maybe he's going to try and send it again as they get into 1 and 2. This is some exciting stuff already in this race.
He wants to take it 3 wide. He's putting his nose up there. Sideways is Kevin Thompson. What a catch from Kevin, but that's going to allow Gardner to go around the outside and truck in the wall in the back. I believe that is... Who is that? I cannot get a positive idea. I believe that was... Theron Elam, potentially? It was Elam.
Yeah, fortunate for Theron Elam. Like I said, it can get tight as the tires get older. It can get tight off of 2 just because, I mean, you want to keep it loose enough to get off of 2, but you don't want to be too loose because getting off of 4 is not as tight. So, you know, you can run it a little bit more and it will step out from under you. So you kind of got to find that balance that works out the best. And if you're not careful, then, you know, that's what happens. That wall will jump out and bite you off of 2. But right now, James Gilliard's still on the point. But now we have a new second place challenger, Adam Gardner. He's there. He's looking to the outside of our leader as they go into turn 1.
He's got his nose up there. He's still out there, but Gilliard, I think, runs a little close to that wall. Gardner's going to file back in line before Thompson gets to his inside, but out of 2. I don't know if he was there, but he's trying to maybe defend, maybe find a way around as Greg Holt puts himself into the mix. We're still watching off the rear end here of James Gilliard. Gilliard now comes down to defend against Gardner. What is Gardner going to do? I don't think he's going to be able to get it done on the outside. Now he gets to the inside. Here we go.
Yeah, don't look now, but Greg Holt, our points leader, he's made his way up to 4th from his 10th place starting position. Oh, Gardner gets tight on the inside. Gilliard's going to run away with the lead off of 2, but now that opens the door for for 3rd place to go to Greg Holt. 2nd place, or is that it goes Gilliard? Or sorry, no, that is 2nd place. I'm being distracted by the lap truck there, the 75 that's coming into play. But yeah, that opened the door for Holt to take and get alongside Adam Gardner for 2nd place. And Holt's truck looks very comfortable on that outside right now.
Sliding up the track is Gardner. He might have used up his stuff. Here comes Greg Holt nearly into the wall. Around the outside comes Greg Holt. Gilliard opens up a margin, and Andrew Pratt goes a lap down. Josh Fox also a lap down. Matthew Setzer 2 down, and out of the race is Seth Fitzpatrick. That's going to be a huge blow to him in the points. Not exactly sure what happened. I'd imagine probably part of the restart, the initial start stack up.
Yeah, there was initial start stack up that I think caught some of these drivers out. Also coming off of 4 for the first time. I did see just at the very back of the screen, there's some guys who got loose. I'm not sure who it was. I really couldn't pick it out. Maybe it was Fitzpatrick. I'm not really sure. But yeah, you could kind of see it at the very start there. Just some early race trouble. Something you don't want to see from these drivers, especially drivers so close to that playoff bubble and trying to stay in the hunt here. But man, we are going to have a battle for the lead very soon. Greg Holt's truck, again, dialed in on these long runs. We know he loves the long runs, and he kind of has that truck in, but, ooh, a little handful there coming off, too.
Yeah, Greg Holt, he's not in this position often where he has to pass a lot of trucks to get to where he wants to be. Of course, the dominant driver of the season. He's been up there a lot. I mean, I know he's had to pass a few trucks. Bothwell has been the one starting on pole a lot of the time. But Greg Holt hasn't had to do a lot of work as he had to today. He started 10. He had to pass 9 trucks to get to this point. He might have worn out his stuff a little bit more than he usually does trying to get to this lead, which might put Gilliard in the advantageous spot. I still think Holt has better tires, but not what he usually does when he's going at 4 of a race lead. He can't just absolutely blow by this 33 truck.
Yeah, Gilliard's putting up a very, very good race so far. He has the pace to stay in front. Greg Holt's got there, but he's not able to he's not been able to close in so much the past couple of laps. He gets close as they enter the turn, but it looks like Gilliard is just a bit better through the center of the turn and is able just to pull out just enough space as they go down both of the back stretch, that Nellis straightaway there, and the front stretch there. So you can see Holt is a little bit closer this time. However, as he still is trying to hunt down that 33 car, a couple of 3 trucks here battling for the lead very soon. Holt's going to look to the outside now. He is into that back bumper, but man,
way up the track.
Got way up the track, yeah.
That 3 truck was walking up the hill. My goodness. James Gilliard holds on to the top spot for now. 6 lead changes in 24 laps. That's a lead change every 4 laps. The way this race started, that is phenomenal. He's going to get single file out a little bit. Greg Holt in prime position to take this race lead for the first time today. The track he won at last season. But he's got a very rejuvenated James Gilliard right in front of him.
Yeah, like I said, Gilliard is just putting his truck where he needs to at the moment, running that preferred line, kind of down to the bottom, just a bit off of the white line right now. But, I mean, that 3 truck closes so much into the beginning of the turn, but you can see the 33 a little better through the center, but then the 3 truck is just a touch better off of the turns. I mean, this is a very good battle to watch here. I mean, the 3 truck is there, but he just can't seem to find a way by at the moment. Gilliard's doing everything right at this moment.
And Holt's gonna go sideways, and around goes the 3 truck onto the back straightaway. He'll save it, but Adam Gardner and Jeremiah Stutzman now put themselves onto the podium spots. This is a played out huge into James Gilliard's favor.
Yeah, now he has a gap there, about a half a second gap, maybe just a touch more to the second place cars who are running side by side still. But man, that is so unfortunate for Holt. Just not able to find a way by, trying to get a run off of the turn, maybe set up a pass into 3 and 4, and just lost it. Maybe his truck's, like I said, he set it up a little looser to be able to compensate for that turn 2 later in the run, and man, just stepped out from under, maybe putting the power down a little too much.
Yeah, I don't know if Holt's truck was maybe set up to be in clean air at this point. But surely right behind the 33, James Gilliard did not help out the handling of that truck, and around it went off of turn 2. Able to hold on to it, and still there in 4th to go at it again. But now he's definitely lit up the tires, and he might potentially have just as worn or even maybe more worn tires than his competitors up here.
Yeah, he's trying to make up some ground to that 3rd place truck, kind of holding steady at the moment. In fact, Lingerfeld is trying to catch him at the moment, as well as Brad Bothwell. They're kind of making up ground, but this battle for second is kind of continuing as Stutzman goes to 2nd place. We haven't called his name yet. He's worked his way up now to that 2nd place position, working his way around Adam Gardner. And now Greg Holt is back there, going to try again to get around Adam Gardner for that 3rd place podium position.
The Homestead race winner out in the 2nd position over Adam Gardner. Gardner looking to make a huge first impression this season, his first time in the truck since last season. Dealing with a little bit of handling issues there. 30 laps into this green flag run. Greg Holt now powers by into the 3rd position. Is that Stutzman sideways?
I think that was Stutzman got a little loose off of turn 2, so maybe it's not just Holt's truck. I mean, we know that Stutzman kind of collaborates a little bit on the setups with that Performance Sim Sports team. So maybe all of their trucks kind of set up very similar ways, and just having that little loose issue off of 2 seems to bite 2 of those drivers so far, and that just opens up the. I mean, Stutzman was tracking down Gilliard a bit. Now, I mean, he fell back and he's going to have to do it all over again.
Gilliard looks off the pace compared to what he's been. He had a huge margin, nearly a second, and now Gilliard 0.2 of a second ahead. Something amiss on the 33 truck.
Maybe it was Gilliard that got around and burnt up his rear tires instead of Stutzman. But it looked like maybe Stutzman just checked up trying to avoid Gilliard as he got loose off of 2. Stutzman gets loose as the 3 truck was right on the rear bumper. Oh, there's people, Stutzman 3 wide for the lead.
Oh my goodness. 3 wide for the lead. Greg Holt and Jeremiah Stutzman split. There's Jason Miz. Oh my goodness. Jeremiah Stutzman around the outside. Lap truck and Jason Miz staying to the bottom. Stutzman, Holt to the line. Stutzman leads that lap. Something amiss on the 33 truck on lap 33.
Oh, very unfortunate for Gilliard. I do believe that it was him that got sideways off of 2 and not Jeremiah Stutzman. Stutzman probably just checked up just a tad just to give Gilliard space to gather himself up. But ultimately, that's going to burn up the tires for the 33 truck. Stutzman and Holt go by very easily, as well as Gardner and now Bothwell. Now Gilliard's going to find himself in the clutches of Lingerfeld again and Seth Berger.
And Seth Berger making a great run through the field right now in that number 77 Liftworks Incorporated Chevrolet Silverado, trying to follow Lingerfeld through the 33 of James Gilliard. And I don't know what Gilliard's got to do here. He might have to contemplate a short pit here to put himself back in the contention of this race. Brad Bothwell now, as they lap past the number 81, am I contracted to say Swifterado? No. But Max Service in his Taylor Swift-inspired livery gets lapped right there. Bothwell will put Adam Gardner off the podium for now. Bothwell into 3rd as Stutzman still trying to hold off Greg Holt, and he's been doing a phenomenal job at that.
Yeah, he has. Stutzman's been playing kind of the same game that Gilliard was playing earlier, and we'll see what Holt does again. He has the inside line. Stutzman gives it to him. Both trucks lose as they go through 3 and 4, but Holt is able to gather it before Stutzman. He's going to take the lead as they complete lap 35 here and go on to lap 36 down into turn 1. It is now the Greg Holt show.
Greg Holt to the lead now, and let's get a look at that final tally of lead changes. No, I'm kidding. But 8 lead changes in this race through the first 36 laps. Again, that's still a lead change every 4 1/4 lap. That's wild. And oh, huge smoke show here at 3 and 4. I'd imagine somebody was very excited. We got a slow truck. Randall Barnett is blown up.
Yeah, I think Randall Barnett and another truck came together off of 4. Barnett's going to get the worst end of that deal. His truck is smoking. That normally means terminal engine damage. He's going to have to bring it in and possibly park it for the night. Here he is off of 4. Very unfortunate for the 63 truck. He was having a decent run kind of in the middle of the pack, but man, he gets involved in something here. And we stayed green. Everybody was able to keep going, so no yellow flag.
We'll see here, Randall Barnett. Oh, there was a wreck in front of him, parking the gaff right, and nowhere for Randall Barnett to go. Oh my goodness. Midfield and Elam Dodgers trying to avoid that. Cause of his damaged rear end, trying to avoid all that. What happened?
Yeah, just 2 trucks kind of running for the same position there. One truck taking the nose, or trying to stick his nose probably under, not enough room, and just making a little bit of contact there. Looks like Gathright just maybe left the door open for just a second. Yeah, he did. Just left it open for a second. Maybe got a little loose here, or a little tight actually, and then just gets clipped in that rear bumper, sends him around, and just nowhere for the 63 to go.
Yeah, he just looped it right in front of the driver of the number 6 there, Daniel Park, and getting back at it. Here we go. And while all that happened, I believe we've had a stage kind of end right there, and a Greg Holt, the stage winner. I gotta go confirm what the stages were tonight. I believe it was Greg Holt winning that stage, and that's why the battle was so hard fought between Greg Holt and Jeremiah Stutzman.
Yeah, everybody trying to get what they can. Again, new tires are king. I mean, you can make a lot of moves on new tires here, but as soon as they wear off, you kind of got to settle in. Just preserve your stuff, and it seems like those two drivers have preserved the most. I mean, Bothwell's still there, but about a second back, he's going to have some company. Adam Gardner is not going anywhere. Ooh, a little contact possibly between Adam Gardner and Brad Bothwell for a second. Gardner going to try and stick his nose up on the outside, work it around off of 3 and 4. He's going to have the position, doing it the long way around as they come into complete lap 41. It is now Adam Gardner taking that position away for the podium.
James Gilliard will hit the pit lane. He'll bring Kevin Thompson in with him. And there it is, the short pit. I said if he's going to put himself back in this race, he's going to probably have to short pit his competition. And Gilliard will bring himself and Kevin Thompson in. Joseph Kazi has spun on pit entry.
Oh, that's not good. Trying to get slowed down here can be tricky. Maybe just put a little too much brake into it, loops the truck, and it hit the inside wall. That's not going to be pretty for his night. I know he did not start where he wanted, but that is going to just add salt to the wound almost. We'll see what happens here. Coming off of 3 and 4, going to get low.
Yeah,
Yep, just too much brake.
He's attacking the pit entry, and I think he too much brake and trying to brake a little later than I think he probably should have for that pit entry, and just looped around on him.
Yeah, hopefully he didn't get a speeding penalty to compound things. I'm not sure if spinning through the pits will give you that that unsafe pit entry, but we'll have to see if he comes back in for maybe another stop or if he gets held up a bit. But yeah, green flag pit stops underway, and this is something that I kind of mentioned in the open. This racetrack known for going very long green flag runs, and looks like that's what we're going to have again here in the Outlaw Gunman Sim Series.
The Outlaw Sim Series Gunman trucks in their 6th round of action and into the 1st round of pit stops. Adam Gardner in the pit lane, one of the leaders now in and looking to see where he'll cycle out in comparison to his competition.
Yeah, and he was in 3rd place when he decided to pit. Now he's going to be the first one of those front group to come in and get fresh tires. I believe Seth Berger was also coming in as well. So they're kind of those first ones to come in and put on these fresh tires. Let's see what it does as far as pit strategy, where they come out. Maybe 1 or 2 laps early. You might want to cover it off. We'll have to see.
So Gardner's down away. Race leader Greg Holt is in and getting service. Kyle Lingerfelt is in as well. Now Jeremiah Stutzman, the race leader. Brad Bothwell still out there. Here comes Jesse Adams as well. Left side down away for Greg Holt. Where does he come out in relation to Gardner? And Gardner's ahead of Gilliard on the merge. So there's that. But where does Gardner come out in relation to Greg Holt? Greg Holt just cleared the pit speed line now, getting up to speed. He's got gaff right, the lapped and damaged truck behind.
Yeah, and it's going to take a minute for him to get up to top speed. Gardner's going to be right on him as they come off of pit road. He does have some trucks between him, though, so he is going to maintain that position, stay in front of Gardner. That was definitely a cover-off move by the 3 truck coming in 1 lap right after Gardner just to cover. Oh, Gardner gets loose off of 4. I just saw it. Smoke coming off of the
oh no
the front or the turn 4 there.
Adam Gardner, a great first stint for the 56 truck. Now it's going to be behind the 8 ball a little bit to get himself back into this race. Already not able to capitalize on Greg Holt going longer on that cycle pit stops, and now has to defend back here against John Mick and Kevin Thompson. Are going by for position here.
Yeah, those new tires, you get so used to running on old tires, and then the new tires come on, and you think you could put the gas on like you work, when the truck's a little bit tighter. But being on new tires, it gets loose, and that's what happens. I mean, we talked about it. You can get loose off of four here very, very easily, and unfortunately, that's what's going to bite the 56 truck. Just losing it by himself. Luckily, he didn't hit anything, was able to keep it off of pit lane and get it back on the track pretty safely. So, but just, man, a lot of time lost there by the 56 truck, who was running, would have been in third had it cycled back around. So, man, just unlucky.
Absolutely. Now, Greg Holt has a 6/10 of a second advantage over his competition, Jeremiah Stutzman, and Seth Berger has put himself into the third position with pit strategy. So Seth Berger onto the podium now. Can he fend off against Brad Bothwell? And Joshua Fox has disconnected from the session. He was up in ninth before he made his pit stop, and he is now out of the race. So he will join Seth Fitzpatrick as retirement from this race. Randall Barnett as well on the pit lane, has not left the session, but his night is effectively over for Randall.
Yeah, I wonder if there was maybe a connection issue or something else came up. What we attribute that to, kind of in the iRacing deal with connection issues, I mean, it's kind of the same in real life if you think about it, where you just have something mechanical go wrong with the truck. When you come in on the pit stop, they realize you can't fix it, have to roll it back to the garage. Just effectively similar in nature to that, what you can chalk it up to, but still, you never want to see that happen. Very, very unfortunate, especially since Fox is very close to that cut line for the playoffs. So this is really going to affect him going forward. Definitely gonna have to put in some work to keep up some good finishes at Bristol Dirt and so on as we get closer to the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. Joshua Fox, it looked like he came down to pit road speed and then left the session. So I'd imagine he got down the pit lane and decided to leave. But I thought he was just going long. Maybe he got a speeding penalty and decided that he was just not going to fight anymore. As the likelihood of a yellow, the way this series runs is so low. Just because this is such a group of clean drivers that cautions just don't tend to happen with these guys. If there's wrecks, it's usually solo spins. We got this battle going on here for the 5th position. I want to give a huge shout out to this driver of the number 25, Eric Peck. Started 23rd and put himself in the top 5. I can't recall Eric Peck necessarily having a competitive truck or car up here in the top 5. And it's refreshing to see this 25 up here and battling and contending.
Yeah, and I think he pulled off a pit strategy pitted just a couple laps earlier than most of the lead group, but he's able to hang up here with Kyle Lingerfeld and Boffa, who pitted after him. And, I mean, he is definitely putting in some amazing laps. Yeah, he pitted about 2 laps before the two drivers right in front of him. So, I mean, he's able to hang with them, though. As long as he can hold on to those tires, he can definitely put in for a top 5 tonight. Great call for pit strategy for him. Makes up a ton of positions, and hopefully he can keep it up. And it's nice to see that 25 truck having a good run this season.
Absolutely. Eric Peck putting himself in prime position to capitalize on a race like today. And if you think of next week being a little bit of a wild card, being Bristol Dirt, even better if Eric Peck can capitalize there as well. So a lot could be going in the correct direction for Eric if this all works out in his favor. We continue on here, lap 56 of 160. Kyle Lingerfeld still holding on to the top 5, but for how much longer as Eric Peck continues the pressure? We drop down to this battle. We were inside the top 10 now over John Mickey.
Yeah, John Mickey working his way back up through the field. He didn't qualify. He started in the back, and he's just been very quietly, similar to Eric Peck, just working his way slowly towards the front. He pitted on the same lap, or a lap after Eric Peck, but still a lap before most of the lead pack, and he's just walking his way up. Our pole sitter, we were having a tough night sitting in 10th and trying to battle for it here to stay in the top 10 as we approach we're kind of getting to the halfway point of the stage. Going to be coming to the close here, and I know playoff points are at a premium, especially for that 10th spot. So Mickey definitely going to be fighting to get into the top 10.
Yeah, absolutely, and especially with how tight it is around that playoff bubble. I mean, this field is so competitive. Anyone can finish, like, I think anywhere in any given position, any week. And I mean, I know that's racing, you really can't, but I just feel like there's so much competition in this field that I could realistically see a lot of these drivers, maybe like 50-20, if just have, put themselves into the top 5 any week. It's just so competitive in this midfield that you have to be on your A game, and every point is going to matter. I promise you that.
Oh, definitely. I mean, with the caliber of drivers, like you said, that we have in the field tonight, you have to put your best foot forward every night. And anytime you have a misfortune accident or something unlucky your way, you definitely have to work that much harder the next race just to overcome that one mistake. I've heard it a bunch of times. It's 10 attaboys make up a oh crap moment. So,
whoa, right there! Nearly one right there between Weaver and Gilliard, going at it for 9. Gilliard and Weaver in a little intimate there to 28 of 33. Now Gilliard right up to the tailgate of Weaver. We continue on here, and Gardner right up the road as well. Tyler Markle in sight. So a lot is brewing here. Tyler Markle trying to work his way forward on league owner Adam Gardner.
Yeah, Markle, another one who started towards the back, and now he's working that truck up to the front. Nice looking truck there, the Callaway Golf Scheme. But man, he's definitely been working. I mean, we're seeing some of these guys who maybe didn't have the qualifying pace, but that race pace is definitely there in the 42 machine, that 25 machine, and that John Mickey machine there. So, man, it's getting really tight and really interesting here for this top 10, and who's going to try and put their nose in to get some of these playoff points.
Here as well, Brad Bothwell has not been able to pull away from Lingerfeld. Similarly, Eric Peck is still a thorn in both of these drivers' sides, keeping himself alive in this battle. Battles all around. Again, this midfield that is oh so competitive. You can drop a little ways back, and I mean it's so tight back here. Jesse Adams, Wendell Elliott, little sideways in that 58.
Yeah, it looks like he has a little bit of damage on the rear end of the truck. It looks a little bent in on the bumper, but it shouldn't affect it that much. But yeah, just very loose, still loose. You can kind of see the back end wanting to step out as he's getting through these turns. Maybe he made an overcorrection on his last pit stop. Maybe just put that truck a little too loose for his liking on this shorter run here. Hopefully, as the run goes on, it'll tighten up. But yeah, man, that back end just looks really happy right now.
Yeah, Wendell Elliott trying to hold on to that number 58 machine as we continue on here. And he's dropping out of running order quickly and losing time. Gilliard has fallen to 12th. He's getting overtaken by Matt Rogers into 96 right there. John Mickey in 10th now, trying to regain that top 10th position from Joe Weaver. That 9th position, actually.
Yeah, Gilliard kind of dropped out of the top 10. He's having trouble since he was having such a good start to the race. Now that 33 truck, just something amiss there, not able to pull it back to the speed ahead earlier. Now we have John Mickey, who's worked his way up all the way from the back, trying to get up to the front. He's challenging for 9th. I think he's going to have it this time by. Can he clear him, though, as they get into 1? I believe he can.
So, finally got some confirmation on the stage numbers. I know that they're all going to be similar each week because they're on a percentage. But tonight's stage number 2 will end at the completion of lap 72. And so this battle back here, that's Joseph Causey a lap down. And we have a slow truck. That is Jeremy C. Poole around on the front straightaway.
Yeah, it looks like he's having trouble getting that truck restarted. Just trying to stay out of everybody's way, but yeah, having trouble getting it restarted and getting it back on the track. Able to get it going, so I don't believe a caution flag will fly. But man, yeah, he was stationary there for just a minute on the infield.
We'll get a replay here and see what happened to Jeremy Poole, and I believe he was contacted here by Theron Elam Jr. What exactly goes on? Well, That's what the replay is for. And through 3 and 4, Poole hits the apron, slides up the track, and I'll be honest, Elam just didn't really lift.
Yeah, it's almost a kind of a similar situation to what happened before between I forgot who it was. I think it was the 27 truck and the 6 truck. Just very similar situation where you get tight in the center turn, slide up, leave that room open. The guy behind you thinks, all right, I can put my nose there, but just not to be. I mean, it's very interesting being 2x2 that close together off of the turns at Las Vegas. And I'm not really sure any driver did wrong. Yeah, he got loose. The opening was there, but just not enough. Yeah, just not enough opening there, but unfortunate there, and he's going to take a ride through the grass, and it did stop for a second, unfortunately, just trying to get it back started again, but that effectively is going to hurt him and his chances in this race a great deal.
So I will say there, I believe Jeremy C. Poole, after he realized that he had missed the corner, or hit the apron, my apologies, I feel like maybe then that Ferry Nealon was just so glued to the bottom and coming like a freight train that he had to, I looked in the mirror and maybe try to give a little bit more room, but he just kind of sat there, and Elam, of course, just had such a huge head of steam. That's where the contact came from. Working lap 70 of 160, Phil. We're coming around this time by to 90 laps remaining in this race. This race clicking by as we've had a all green affair tonight to this point. And almost the same last week at Phoenix. We had a caution on lap number 1 out of turn 4, and that was it. And then at Auto Club, we had an all green affair. This West Coast swing has been very green.
It has, and all these tracks, I mean, maybe not Phoenix so much, but definitely Auto Club and Las Vegas are known for very long green flag runs. And yeah, just the fact that we were able to have it in Phoenix as well is just a testament to the caliber of these drivers and how they race. You know, they all are pretty clean and give space and race each other hard, but they all have very good control over their trucks and are able to provide such an entertaining race, but are not clumsy and just kind of unforgiving to get into each other as much and bring out cautions. So just a testament to the caliber of drivers in this league that we were able to stay green for most of these races. And again, I mean, this is just something that that 3 truck wants to see. He is so good on the long runs. He wants to see it stay green. I don't think that Seth Berger or Jeremiah Stutzman have been able to dig into the lead at all. In fact, I think they have lost ground to Greg Holt and during this run. But we can see here, there's the I believe that is John Mickey working his way up to 8th now, getting past Adam Gardner. So he continues to make steps forward.
There's John Mickey right there at the line, took 8th from Adam Gardner in stage 2. Last lap, Greg Holt came by the line and won stage number 2. Greg Holt continuing his dominance this season of the Outlaws Sim Series. But again, a 0 in the win column. It's tonight that changes. He won here last season, and teammate Jason Miz is loose on the bottom side of the racetrack.
Yeah, and you saw how that upset the 3 truck. He had to get out of the gas a little bit, and it shot it up the racetrack. Very close call for our leader. He almost got it. Oh, we're going to have 3 wide off of 4. Oh, that was a little testy getting off of 4 there. But, man, some lap trucks going at it here still.
Absolutely. Some mixed agendas all through the lapped vehicles, and we continue on. Greg Holt now a 1.5 second advantage. Stutzman has the task of working his way through all this mess, and he works his way past Jason Miz. Now looks forward to Jeremy C. Poole, and more smoke out of turn number 4. Man, it is a smoke show out of 4.
Yeah, just guys losing it just a little bit, maybe just getting that tail a little happy and sliding it through. But it doesn't look like anybody's made any contact with any walls or had any multiple car incidents, just kind of solo incidents through that turn 4, off of turn 4. But Second place able to clear both. He has chipped in to the lead just a bit. He's taken about 4/10 off of Greg Holt. Make that 5/10 as we head into lap 76, 77 now.
Battle here for the 16th position and last car in the lead lap between Brandon Richardson and Julio Villalobos. Villalobos, into the barrier goes the Mexican. And here comes the 27 of Joshua Gaffright. Julio Villalobos trying to make something happen in that 45 truck and a little too close to the barrier. And sideways is Villalobos, so hold on to it. But he'll go a lap down right there to Greg Holt.
Yeah, and that's something as the leader you don't want to see when a lap truck is having a little bit of an issue and he gets kind of sideways right in front of you. You got to make your heart stop. And Greg Holt's had that back-to-back laps with his teammate Jason Miz before Jose Villalobos there. And now we're going to take a look back at Adam Gardner. He is in that 10th position. We were kind of still right there in 11th, trying to look to get himself back in to that top 10. But yeah, Adam Gardner, for how he was running at the beginning of the race, kind of having some troubles here in the middle, starting to fall back a bit. We've seen some other trucks like Matt Rogers, or is that Matt Rogers, I believe, making his way up to the front. Randall Barnett, we saw his truck. He was engine blown earlier, was able to get it fixed. It looks like he's okay right now, but way off the pace. Probably down a cylinder at this point in time, just not able to keep pace. He's going to be sitting there in that 28th spot, just trying to make some laps and see if any other guys run into some trouble. Maybe he can gain some spots that way. But again, an unfortunate night. I believe he was running in the top 15 at the time of that incident. So very unfortunate night for him so far.
Again, I commend the effort to get that thing repaired and head back out here. He is 24 laps down. The 63 Randall Barnett is, and I'm gonna be honest though, I don't quite like this. He is 20 miles per hour off the pace, and it's no fault of his own. Again, they just all wrecked in front of him, but he is 20 miles per hour off the pace, and he's still out there. I don't know if he's just ready to get the positions of the wrecked vehicles ahead of him, but I don't know if I really like this slow truck out here. We'll see how it fares for another 80 laps, but I can't imagine everybody will be happy with the 63 truck tonight.
Yeah, you definitely want to try and get as much as you can out of each race. Like we said, it's such a short regular season that you have to get as much points when you can get them. But yeah, unfortunately, just ran into trouble, no fault of his own. And he's going to try and get everything he can. Hopefully, he's able to keep it out of the way. It looks like he's staying up high, which is good. It seems like that that low middle groove has been the point. But now we have our second round of green flag pit stops. Adam Gardner's already made his. James Gillier's now in for his. Both of those guys have been struggling a little bit here in the middle section of this race. Let's see if they can make some adjustments and try and work their way back to the front. Eric Peck, though, his truck has been very good. He's working his way up, trying to get to that top 5. He's in maybe to make a little bit more tinkering with that truck and see if he can break into the top 5. Same with John Mickey, who's made a drastic comeback from starting in the very back of the field. Now he's up into the top 10. Let's see what he can do as we get later and later into this race.
We continue on to this round of green flag pit stops, and here comes Kyle Lingerfeld trying to ease that truck down to pit road speed without getting a penalty. A lot of pit lane rules, and again, Joshua Balliet, the new race controller tonight, was briefed on all these pit lane rules and admin commands and all that sort, and he's able to keep a close eye on that pit entry, and he will be ready to administer any penalties should he need to. Everybody looks like they have been very well in compliant with all the rules tonight. That's such a tricky pit entry as it is, so that's just a huge thing to see because of just how tricky it is to get down to pit road speed without looping it. We saw Kazi unfortunately have his issues with pit lane, but other than that, it's looked relatively safe on that pit entry.
Yeah, it has, and of course, the first race that they implemented this new pit rules, these new pit rules into place was Auto Club, and we did see quite a few penalties for some guys. I mean, it's just what comes with new rules. You see some growing pains, but it looks like at Phoenix and here um, at Las Vegas, these guys have figured it out. They've got the rules kind of ingrained in their brain, and they are abiding by it. Here's Brad Bothwell. He's coming in for his stop a couple of laps after the guy that was right behind him, and Eric Peck. But that 31 machine brings it in, slides into his box perfectly. He's going to get those left side tires on, then the rights. Oh, Seth Berger a little loose coming into pit lane. Looks like he's able to get it slowed down, though. But, man, that was an interesting entrance.
It's sideways all over that entrance. It'll be interesting to see what happens there. I don't know the exact verbiage on the rule. I just know you have to stay to the right side of the pit lane. I know he was sideways, so I knew there's gonna be a little bit of grace there. But right through down the middle of the pit lane, of the access lanes anyway, and he is down away. That was a fast pit stop from the 77.
Yeah, very quick. All 4 tires on, it looks like. Hopefully no loose lug nuts. No, you can't really do that in high racing. But, yeah, very quick pit stop for the 77, trying to dig into these leaders. He was about 4 seconds behind our leader, Greg Holt, when he decided to come in. But, yeah, trying to make up for it now. Greg Holt going a little long, I think, at this moment in time. He's probably going to try and dive it in here in a little bit. But, man, Stutzman's been able to kick it to that lead, I think. He's pushing pretty hard here. Holt's had some trouble.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, I don't know. Is he gonna be? Oh my goodness, the pack of vehicles on fresh tires, vehicles on old tires. Reno Barnett, who's got a destroyed engine. Oh man, that was tight. Look at how many trucks are on this back straightaway, all on different strategies, intermixing with one another. Truck on pit lane, Kevin Thompson.
Yeah, some great driving by the fellas there to keep it off with one another and make it through there cleanly. That's very hard. Oh, we've had some other pit entry problems. Kevin Thompson, we're watching him get his stop pretty entrance there, but man, Julio Villalobos is just having a rough night. He was battling for that last spot on the lead lap, and man, just kind of did similar to what Kazi did on his first pit stop, and just maybe pushing it a little too hard into the pits.
We'll see here for a replay from Julio Villalobos, and oh my goodness, trying to hold on to that thing, looking very loose. We'll see here through 3 and 4 on the high side. He drops down to the bottom side and tries to get down to pit road speed and gets to the flat. I think he got to the flat a little too early. That transition to banking a little rough. Unbalanced the truck sideways and around he went, nearly contacted by the other vehicle there trying to enter the pit lane.
Yeah, it sounded like he shifted down too, and when you shift down too early, I mean, as well as hitting that flat too early, it can also upset the truck. Puts a little too much power into the rear wheels, and the rear wheels just spin and loop it around. I did hear that too, so I think he dropped it down as well as getting to that flat a little early. Dropped it down a gear, maybe a little too early, and that's just what upset that truck guy around. Greg Holt, our leader, was in. He's down and away. Let's Jeremiah Stutzman, second place. He is in too. This is a couple laps after Seth Berger came in. I want to see where Seth Berger's going to come out in relation to these guys. Man, a couple of laps can make a difference here if you're in some clean air. I know that Berger kind of came out in that pack, but he was able to get through it. So it'll be interesting to see how this kind of all plays out. It does look like Holt's going to maintain it, but not by much. Berger is definitely closed in just a little bit thanks to that pit strategy and that fast pit stop that he had.
It'll be interesting to see what happens here as Jesse Adams pulls into the pit box. Greg Holt has reclaimed the race lead. Seth Berger 3.5 seconds back, and Jeremiah Stutzman, he is just leaving the pit lane now, the pit box now. This is huge for Jeremiah Stutzman. Oh my goodness.
There had to be some type of hold there, or he maybe overshot his box. We didn't really get to see him get into the box, but he's going to loop it as he comes off.
Oh no! And he
did stay off the track.
Oh, he tried to jackknife it off the racing surface, and it worked. Oh man, Jesse Adams flying on that pit exit. But Stutzman went around there, and his stop was 31 seconds. So I don't know if there's a 15-second hold for something that he did. I don't quite know what it could have been. That would have given only 15 seconds. But
unless he maybe had damage, that's the
Yeah.
only thing I can think of there. But I mean, he's already going a lap down. That was Greg Holt that's right in front of him. So just that long pit stop and the looping coming off pit road. Now what was second place driver is now lapped down. That's going to hand second place to Seth Berger comfortably. He's about 3-4 seconds in front of third place, Kyle Lingerfeld.
check this out. John Mickey into the 4th position. He's got company from Brad Bothwell here. They're going side by side through turns 3 and 4. Bothwell to the bottom side will put himself back and forth, but an amazing run for John Mickey. And Adam Gardner trying to make a nice little recovery drive here. Can he still snag a top 5 tonight? We'll have to see how it all plays out.
Yeah, he was one of the first ones to pit. Came down. I mean, maybe the truck was just not handling the way he wanted it to as this race goes on. Maybe make an adjustment, see if he can keep that truck up towards the top 5. But yeah, John Mickey all the way from the back. Now he's battling for the top 5. And I mean, he's in that 5th place now. I mean, Gardner's there trying to get up to these guys. But I mean, Mickey's not going to be settled with top 5. We talked to him. He wants to have some good runs. He was not totally satisfied with how the first part of his season is going. Needs some more points. Wants to get in the playoffs. So this is the best way to do it right here. Try to work your way up and get into one of those podium positions. He's not too far away. Kyle Lingerfeld right there in front of this battle.
Yeah, absolutely. Only a second, 1.3 seconds up the road is where you'll find a 65 of Lingerfeld, though. He's liking what he's seen in his mirror. And Brad Bothwell and John Mickey are going at it, and they're going at it hard. Mickey going to put himself back in that 4th position. He does across the line, but he can clear him, and he will clear Brad Bothwell once again. That being said, we have cycled through the 2 stages. We have went through a couple rounds of pit stops. We're going to step aside real quick. Don't you go anywhere. We're going to go side by side here at PitStop TV. We'll keep watching this battle, and Greg Holt with his 4.7 second advantage.
Sound art is a product that is a speaker and it's art. We combine it together and we call it sound art. What makes it so unique that any picture can be your speaker? Sound art gives you the high quality sound without the ugly speaker. This isn't a picture with a speaker, the picture is the speaker. Just imagine your wedding picture uploaded onto a canvas and now it's speaking 10,000 tunes. I mean, it's a very cool concept. What we like so much about it that you can take anything that means something very special to you, upload it on the canvas, have it hanging up in your room, your balcony, wherever you want to put it, and now it's a speaker. I mean, how cool is that? It's something that we have that and no one has. No one has this product. It's just a great gift to give anybody. It's just a neat concept. Around here we say, art never sounded so good.
Have you found yourself trying to hide your joy because you're unhappy with your teeth? Your smile is the first feature noticed in an interview, on a date, or in family photos. We want you to be able to shine bright as your best self, and our teeth whitening system is the perfect step toward restoring your confidence.
SoundArt introduces an entirely new way to listen to music in your home. By combining the best of 2 products, a revolutionary high-fidelity, low-profile Bluetooth wireless speaker with beautiful artwork. Select from a library of artwork or upload your own photos to personalize your experience. SoundArt ushers in an era of invisible, beautiful, and amazing sound throughout your home and redefines your entire entertainment system. The need to reclaim your floor space and rid your home of unsightly speaker boxes that need to be bolted to the wall is now a thing of the past. Our canvas is printed on high-quality permalite by Breathing Color. And select from our gallery or upload your own. Standard sizes include 16 by 20, and 18 by 24 canvas wrapped. Custom sizing is available, as well as surround sound options.
After months of quarantine, we're all interested in how we can become our best self. The team at Permanent Makeup and Cryo is here to help you get the flawless makeup look every day without the extra effort or time. When it comes to your appearance, you deserve the best care that money can buy.
Welcome, race fans, back to the virtual Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Greg Holt continues to lead here in the 6th round of 22 of the Outlaws Sim Series. Greg Holt, the dominant driver on the season, proving that he is the dominant driver on the season, but a 0 in the win column. Does that change tonight? So far, 66 of the 105 laps ran. 104 complete laps have gone to Greg Holt. We'll see if he can stick it out. Once again, I'm Emerson Arnold with Devin Zimmerman, Vincent Cortez alongside this evening. Devin Zimmerman on the commentary, Vincent Cortez rocking the social media coverage tonight. And it's again, another quick race in the making. And again, just wild stuff going on here tonight. Wild stuff also going on currently in the IORL season finale. And actually, they're under caution right now. The 49 has just had some issues with the left front tire, but Brandon Madonia was scored 2 laps down. Last time I saw scoring there into the final 20 laps of that race, but Madonia came into that race with a 1-point advantage. Zach Buchanan was leading just a moment ago, and I believe he still is. Another caution on the Speedway there in Auto Club. And it's going down to the wire. Can Buchanan hold on? It'll be interesting to see. But the league owner who came into that final race, 1 point behind the point leader, currently the race leader in Auto Club, looking to see if he can seal the deal. Back here at Las Vegas, though, it's been the Greg Holt show. 6.3 seconds over Seth Berger, 11.7 over Kyle Lingerfeld, 12.7 over Brad Bothwell. It's where you'll find John Mickey, who's been keeping Brad Bothwell company in that battle. Here comes that's actually the lap vehicle of Richardson as well. Adam Gardner in the 6th position just got overtaken by Tyler Markle as we speak. Tyler Markle going into 6th.
Continuing his good run from starting in the back as well as John Mickey. Both of them now 5th and 6th. Going to be fighting it out for that top 5 shortly. I mean, Markle's not too far back, about 3 seconds behind that battle for 5th. The battle for 4th, excuse me, between Bothwell and Mickey. So he's making some good progress. He's kind of chipping in. He's about 2 seconds back now from Mickey. So yeah, chipping in very, very slowly and just slowly working his way to the front, very methodically. And I mean, just some amazing driving by both of these guys to work their way up to the front from starting so far back at the beginning of this race.
We've had some stellar drives tonight. And continue on. Kevin Thompson had a great run early down just outside the top 10, but still hanging there. And may have a go here. James Gilliard at 411th position. And they got Jesse Adams in tow. Jesse Adams has been pulling some strategy to go long, but he's got fresher tires. He actually he might blow by both of these guys. And sideways is Thompson. A little bit of the grass there.
Yeah, just trying to take it a little too low, trying to get everything you can on that front stretch there. Hit the grass, upsets the truck. He's going to lose out and also lose a lot of ground to Gilliard and to Adams in front of him. Adams, again, like you said, on fresh tires, it's going to probably blow him by. Gilliard, I think he just has, according to the scoring sheets. Yep. So he has now made his way to the 11th position. And, yeah, ever since that 33 truck got a little sideways off of 2, it's just never been the same. And just slowly falling back is the 33 truck. Now he's going to come under fire again from Thompson. So, but another good drive here by the 55 truck. I mean, he's kind of been hanging out about this mid-pack around 11th to 15th most of the race. And now he's trying to get up to Weaver there in the 10th position, maybe work his way into the top 10.
Yeah, absolutely. Joe Weaver, the Auto Club winner, the dominant Auto Club winner tonight in the 10th position, has not shown that same muscle today. And not saying that this is like Auto Club by any means. He only got 2 laps today, though. and inside the top 10. Try to keep himself alive and put himself in position to still capitalize if anything should happen. Back to this battle between Bothwell and Mickey that is not broken up one bit. They are still right there with one another. The battling has stopped a little bit, but Mickey has not lost touch and not lost sight of that 31 machine as they go by the lapped Swifterado of Max Service.
Yeah, Mickey's just kind of hanging tough, maybe settling into his groove, trying to preserve the tires, maybe thinking that 31 will burn him up just a little bit more than him on the long run, as John Mickey has been able to drive through the field. But we'll see. I mean, he's poking his nose on the inside here off of 2. He's there. He's going to be alongside as they come off of 2. This could be the battle for 4th as they head to 3. John Mickey has the preferred line as they get into 3.
Absolutely. Side by side we go through 3 and 4. Mickey trying to secure that 4th position. A little bit of a bobble there out of 4 from both of them, but Mickey will secure the spot once again. Brad Bothwell keeping in touch though, but they don't want to continue the battle because Tyler Merkel might come by and take a spot from both of them if they continue to do what they're doing. They're starting to lose touch with Kyle Lingerfeld, who's now opened up a 1.7 second advantage over these guys.
Yeah, Lingerfeld kind of cleared some of the lap traffic that was in front of him. He clips the apron there, but kind of cleared that lap traffic pretty quick while these guys were battling. But they're not too far off, and neither is Markle. He's kind of chipping into that to that 5th place, that about one second advantage that 5th place Bothwell has over him. But slowly tracking down, and you can see him right in front of him now. There's no lap cars in the way. So now is the time to go get him. I mean, we're getting close to the end of this race. Almost about 40 to go. I mean, the laps are just ticking away. So if you want to make a move, now's the time to do it. And these guys are definitely putting it. I mean, Markle, big run off of 4 there. That Bothwell machine is getting really big in his front windshield.
And I hate to report it to the Brandon Madonia fans, but he was involved in an accident there towards the end of the running of that Auto Club race. He was already 2 laps down, but to just further add to the suffering, he got into an accident, and he is out of the race, and Brandon Madonia will not be winning the IRL Championship tonight. I'll continue to provide updates on that as that race continues on. They're in the closing stages over there, and the rate we're going here, we might catch up with them. I think they're in the final 17 laps or so under a caution period once again in the IndyCar race. Continue on though, Greg Holt 8.4 seconds the advantage now over Seth Berger. He just continues to gap.
Yeah, he's not only gapping the field. I mean, Seth Berger is pulling away from Kyle Lingerfeld. So the fact that Greg Holt is still pulling away from Seth Berger just shows how much that truck of Greg Holt is set up for these long runs. I mean, he's talked about it every single race that truck, he sets them up for these long green flag runs, and that's what he loves to do, is just get these long runs. But man, it's just on rails again. And I mean, we've seen this before, but
wait a second.
A caution?
Oh my goodness, and we do have a caution on the Speedway. Theron Elam Jr.'s truck is destroyed. And wow, that changes everything. We haven't had a caution in over 200 laps of Outlaws Sim Series competition. We'll have to see what happened. There was a multi-car accident on the back straightaway. Uh-oh. Look at these two getting together. Remember when these two made contact a few laps ago? Jeremy C. Poole going around after contact with Theron Elam. I think this might be the inverse.
Yeah, we'll see here as they come off of 2. It does. Oh yeah, both of them just make contact off of 2.
Oh
again.
my goodness!
Big hit for both drivers. I think Elam coming out the worst of both of them. It looks like both engines are destroyed. Oh man, big hit.
That was something. I want to get an onboard here with Jeremy Seapool. They're both 5 laps down. There's no need for this. They're essentially wrecking for last. It has no place on a racetrack to settle something this low. Both of them as low down to running order as they were. But here comes Jeremy C. Poole and trying to get to the inside of Elam, and I don't know.
I think he just got tight off the turn there. I mean, the bottom was open. He's trying to diamond turn, get the run off, maybe set him up for a pass in 3 and 4. And it looks like that 32 truck with the damage that was already on it just got really tight and just pushed up into Fair and Elam. I mean, may not see it that way between the drivers, especially with what happened earlier. But yeah, it looks like the 32 just pushed up. Yeah, to me, that's what it looks like. The 32 pushed it up and just got tight off the turn, trying to take that inside lane, especially late in a run with used up tires. It's a really hard move to pull off, and I think that's exactly what happened.
I guess whatever it may be, it could add to the entertainment value of the race, certainly by re-racking the field, but certainly not how we anticipated this race to go by any means, with two of the lowest drivers in the running order getting together the way they did off of turn number 2 here at Las Vegas. Continuing on, though, James Gilliard is the current race leader, and it doesn't look like he stopped. Currently on 41 lap old tires. I don't know if he intended to stay out or he missed pit entry or something, but Greg Holt was the first driver off the pit lane. And now Gilliard speeds up, I'm assuming, in an attempt to pit here, and he will. Gilliard snags, I guess, another lap lead, and that I don't really know what happened there for Gilliard to stay out. And
yeah, I'm not too sure. Maybe just missed pit lane. Yeah, I'm not too sure. Trying to lead that lap really doesn't do much for him since he's already led some laps, and I don't think there's any way that these guys can probably catch the laps led that 3 truck has at the moment. But one thing I will say is that first restart we had, Emerson, was chaotic to say the least. Some very, very hard racing up at the front, and now that we're getting towards the end of the race, I mean, we could definitely see that, if not maybe a little bit more aggressive driving here on this restart.
Absolutely. And I absolutely do anticipate the action to ramp up on this restart. I want to get a quick word in with one of the drivers in this field, driver of the number 65, Kyle Lingerfeld. And Kyle, you've been right up there. You've been having a great run today. How's the truck been?
It's handling quite well right now. It's pretty fast on these long runs. Did not want to see that yellow. I was pretty happy they were right in third. But I feel good. These two in front of me got a lot of speed, but a lot's about to change on this restart, so we'll see how it shakes out these final 37 laps.
Absolutely. I know you were here last season, of course, and you ran Las Vegas. And did you anticipate the race to go as green as it did for so long today, as opposed to last season where you had a few more cautions in the mix? Granted, that was a playoff race, but your thoughts?
I definitely thought with the draft there'd be some cautions early, but there never was. So, yeah, I mean, I guess I'm really not too surprised that there is no yellows in this race so far, basically, except for here. So, these guys are great drivers. There's there's a lot of solo wrecks, but not a lot of running into each other, so it's nice to see.
Absolutely. Well, Kyle, I know that this part of the schedule was potentially circled, but I think maybe next week was circled on your schedule, being Bristol Dirt. How you feeling then?
Super excited to get there. Cannot wait for these next 7 days to get by so we can just go race there and see what we got.
Right on. We're getting ready to restart here, Kyle. We'll give you the floor here to shout out whoever you're going to shout out. Thank you, whoever you're going to thank for your running today so far.
I gotta thank Raging Cajun Motorsports, everyone that watches, and then Reaper Speed Lab for giving me this bad set today. So let's go park it.
Absolutely. Well, best luck to you, driver, in these final waning laps here at Las Vegas, and hopefully we're talking to you on the far side.
Sir, hope to see you then. Thank you.
Driver of the number 65, Kyle Lingerfeld, and again, very looking so forward to what is coming up next week at Bristol Dirt, but you still have some business to settle here tonight at Las Vegas. It is Greg Holt and Seth Berger. And here we go. The iRacing.com safety vehicle into the safety of pit lane. And we are green from Las Vegas once again. Greg Holt pulls. Oh no, we got a wreck in the back! Jesse Adams, Matt Rogers, Smooney Moore, Adam Gardner in the grass, Brad Bothwell, several trucks involved. Oh, big crunch.
Big wreck, and it does look like that 96 machine just got loose coming off of 4. I'm not sure if he had help, but definitely loose as they came off 4 and just right in front of the entire field. Oh man, that's going to take out a lot of fast trucks.
And this is exactly what we expected. You know, caution's breeding caution, just loose, all by himself. Nowhere for Bothwell or Adams to go. Gardner involved. We were so many trucks right there. I think this wreck was a lot smaller than what it could have been, though, for sure. But a lot of trucks involved, and Gardner's truck is destroyed, man.
Yeah, we were too, both of them. Pretty heavy contact. I think James Gilliard made it through that. I'm not really sure. He was kind of right in the middle. But I think the 33 truck made it through that pretty unscathed, considering. But yeah, just, I mean, on new tires, racing this hard, that's what can happen. Especially when you're running up on the high line, trying to put the power down and keep touch. And yeah, just right in front of everybody. Stutzman, Stutzman makes it through. Gilliard, Stutzman make it through. Eric Peck, oh man, he was having such a great run. It's a lot of fast trucks involved in that.
Absolutely, not the night for many of those drivers, and it was looking like a great night for a bunch of them. Some decent results coming for a lot of those drivers. Adam Gardner, again, the league owner, making his first start of the season. Finally getting relieved of the race control duties, and unfortunately involved in an accident here right late at Las Vegas. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, we already had quite a few trucks a lap down. I mean, Greg Holt had already lapped up to, I think, about 15th before that caution. Now we have Bothwell, who had the tow. He's going to go a lap down. I'm not sure anybody else had to tow. I think everybody else was able to make a round, but still a lot of fast trucks who are now damaged and pretty much out of contention for this race. And I mean, a lot of guys who were having probably the best run of the season so far. The 25 truck comes to mind. I mean, having an amazing run this race, and just not able to maintain that luck throughout. And yeah, cautions breed cautions, and just unfortunate for these guys who were involved.
Right, and as unfortunate it is for all of those drivers involved in the wreck, it's also unfortunate for our current race leader, Greg Holt. I know it's been a great day for you thus far. Greg, again, led the most laps of the season entering into today's race, even not leading all too many at Phoenix. Still a hefty margin in that department, and expanding all that today. But these cautions, how are you feeling now?
No, this has been the death of us, but this setup isn't so bad on the short run, so we'll see. Just hopefully everybody, we don't get taken out in it. That's all. I feel like we get away from them or we get stringed out, I think we'll be fine. But 30 laps is a lot.
30 laps is a lot. You've led 3 times that many today. How has the truck been? You started a little bit behind the 8 ball today, starting 10th and having to work your way through the field and through James Gilliard and then Stutzman, who put up quite the battle on the older tires there. But how was it, that run through the field and then leading the 90 laps following that?
It was kind of what I expected. It got really loose on me on that first run once I got up to Gilliard. I think we used it up a little bit, running the outside and then cutting to the bottom a couple of times. But once I cooled the tire down, it drove fine again. So I just had to, you get anxious when you get a chance. You can start smelling that lead. So I was trying to pace myself, but
We got a great restart this last time round, open up a near 2/10 advantage over Seth Berger in the 7/8 of a lap we did run under green. How do you feel that Seth is, I guess, to you competitive wise tonight? And do you feel you can get another restart like so?
I hope I can get another restart like so. I don't know how he is on the actually, I have no idea how he is. Anyways, I've been watching his times, but we haven't been on the same tire schedule for most of it. So I don't know. Well, I guess we'll find out. I feel like we got the car to beat. So I guess hopefully we just don't beat ourselves or get wrecked.
Absolutely, I completely understand the I guess the thought process you're going through right now, just being so dominant and now being plagued by these yellows at the end here. But we'll leave you to it. But before you go, we'll give you the floor here to shout out whoever you're going to shout out. Thank you. Whoever you're going to thank for your running so far tonight.
I just, thank Adam for putting the show on. Thank you guys, and shout out to everybody at Performance Sim Sport. And then all the drivers in here, they run 99.9% clean every race. It's freaking amazing. I never had so many races with long green flag runs. I love it.
Absolutely. Could not agree more. Well, Greg, we'll leave you to, but hopefully we're talking to you more in about 30 laps time, and best of luck to you, driver.
All right, thank you.
And driver of the number 3, Greg Holt, our current race leader. His Performance Sim Sport teammates not really up here to back him up tonight. It's been a rough night for the majority of them, but Greg Holt able to kind of fly the banner for Performance Sim Sport tonight, and we'll see what happens here. But the iRacing.com safety vehicle will find its safety in the pit lane once again. And Devin, we are green once again from Las Vegas. Side by side out of turn number 4, Seth Berger trying to steal the race lead with 30 laps to go.
Yeah, Seth Berger got a massive run off of turn 2, was able to dive it in there in turn 3. He's on the preferred line now, but can he make it stick on these new tires? It's going to get loose off the turns. He's able to make it stay there for now, but they're still door to door. I mean, I wonder what this is going to be doing. I know Holt talked earlier about running that high line and eating up his tires a bit, but he's battling it for all it's worth now. Does not want to give up the race lead.
Side by side still across the line. Lingerfeld in the wings waiting. Gilliard goes fastest that last time around. Tyler Markle is into the top 5.
Yep, Tyler Markle and John Mickey both sitting there in the top 5, battling well. Mickey's going to have some company, though, from Gilliard here shortly. Gilliard wants to put his nose back in for the top 5. Markle, though, is going to block, though, I mean, for the 4th position, but still, now we have Kyle Lingerfeld there. A 3-way battle for the lead, a 3-way battle for 4th.
Oh, contact! Everybody scatters. Here comes Tyler Markle trying not to get hit by the merging Kyle Lingerfeld. Greg Holt drives away, and John Mickey now going at it for a second. My goodness, what happened there? We're going to let things play out a little bit. Actually, we're going to take a replay right now and see exactly what happened there, but my goodness, I don't know how that did not result in an accident.
Yeah, 3-way battles for 2 different positions here. Looks like Lingerfeld wanted to maybe stick his nose in there for 3 wide, and it just was not enough room, I don't think. Or oh no, just the 77 and the 3 came together, just trying to pinch each other. And man, that's gonna hurt both trucks. The 3 truck more so because he did collect that wall a little bit, but yeah, both of those trucks gonna have quite a bit of damage. That's going to hurt their aero at a very aero-specific 1.5 miles here.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that's just hard. They were racing each other so hard. I don't know if that's necessarily any of the driver's fault. I know there's net-coded contact in between all that, Seth did, I mean, if you're going to put the blame on somebody, Seth did come up the bottom, but they were just both pinning each other. Greg, of course, pinning Seth down to the bottom side, and Seth trying to run Greg up the track a little bit into the corner. But it was just very hard racing. They came together, and unfortunately, Netcode had a big say in that. But Kevin Thompson closes right up with Seth Berger, and near contact again!
Yeah, Berger maybe not liking what happened between him and Holt for the lead there. Maybe both drivers just not liking it at all, but Berger going to tap him a little bit, let him know he's there again. I mean, that 3 truck's probably hurting a little bit. He did collect the wall, but Thompson, he was the beneficiary out of all that. He's worked.
Oh, no! Oh, my goodness, Devin, that timing. Oh, no.
And as soon as I talk about him, and now that's going to be an unsafe pit entry, that's going to be a flag, and his engine trouble. And I believe we're gonna stay green. There was only 1 car in it. I mean, oh my gosh. Benefited off of that thing, was battling for second place, and it just looks like Mickey just got to the inside there. I'm not sure that Thompson expected him, or let's see here as they come off 4. Yeah, it just doesn't look like Thompson expected Mickey to be there. And Thompson comes down. I know that's not, normally the guys, most of the time they cut that apron there. Maybe he just was not expecting Mickey to be on that apron and not be right there on the white line. But unfortunately, yeah, he was there, and that's going to really hurt both trucks again. So now those top trucks, I mean, it seems like everybody has a little bit of damage.
Yeah, that seems to be the case. I'd imagine. I mean, I don't know. John Mickey not running the bottom there. I can see that, especially some trucks are not set up to run that apron. I mean, it gets very treacherous down there if you hit it the wrong way. And I think Mickey was just trying to avoid any chance of that happening. But as the top 2 are noticed, here comes Gilliard and Tyler Markle, who their trucks are relatively clean when it comes to this battle. Actually, Gilliard has a little bit of rear end damage there. And I guess Tyler Markle has a slight rear end damage as well, but they're going at it side by side for the 3rd position. Seth Berger and Greg Holt for the race lead.
Yeah, Greg Holt putting up a big defense. I mean, his truck's probably hurt just a little bit more than that 77. They did come together, but I mean, the 3 did get into the wall just a bit, so I'm sure that truck's hurting a little bit more. Seth Berger, though, not able to get by. I mean, Holt's put his truck right where it needs to be so far, and just not letting that 77 get any type of a run off the turns. 77 gets tight there off of 2, is going to slide up the track a little bit, lose a little bit of ground, but they are still actually pulling away from that 3rd place battle that is side by side as well.
Yeah, Tyler Markle and James Gilliard still going at it for 3rd, and this is looking like this is going to be the Holt and Berger show, at least for the foreseeable future, unless something else happens in this race. But Markle and Gilliard, you see the black and white specks in the background still going at it. Markle just cleared in that battle. That was phenomenal racing. Here comes Mickey to the inside for 4th.
Yeah, Mickey having to recover after that contact with the who was that? Kevin Thompson. So, but man, that 33 truck's rear end is quite banged up. So definitely not getting the arrow down on the rear end of the car, or rear end of the truck like he wants there, probably upsetting the balance through the center of the turn. But man, that 42 truck, I mean, it looks about the cleanest truck in the field at this moment, even though he does have some rear end damage. But I mean, if he can get free here like he is, and maybe put in some solid laps, he might have a shot to catch these leaders.
And well, checkers have flown in Auto Club of the International Online Racing League's IndyCar season. Spencer Ray takes the checkered flag for the race win, and Zach Buchanan, once again, a champion in his league. Great night for Zach Buchanan. Congratulations to Zach on winning that championship in a very highly contested battle where 6 drivers entered tonight's race in Auto Club with a chance to win that title. And Zach Buchanan finds his way leading laps there towards the end. He won't win the race. He'll come home second in the race, but the title for Buchanan, congratulations there. We've got 15 laps to go here at Las Vegas, though, to settle a victory this season. Seth Berger with one to his name already from Rockingham, taking that one kind of out of nowhere at Rockingham from the Performance Sim Sport guys of Kyon versus Kazi and Holt. And now Holt trying to get his first win on the season. Can he hold off last season's champion, Seth Berger? These two drivers on your screen combined for 13 of the 36 race wins last season. 7 for Holt, 6 for our champion Seth Berger. And a very dominant duo on your screen right now. But who is going to be the better one tonight? Seth walks it up the racetrack there. A little bit of issues there through 1 and 2, maybe dirty air and tires becoming a factor.
Yeah, also, I mean, Seth has right side damage on the front of that truck probably from the contact made. I think Holt has a little bit of damage on both sides of the truck. Left side from contact with the 77, and then right side with a small tap of the wall, but I mean, both of these guys are still really fast. They've put about 3 seconds between them, themselves and Markle in third place, but it does look like Holt is a little bit better right now. Berger's starting to fall off just a bit. You can see his truck starting to get pretty tight in turns 1 and 2. Turns 3 and 4, I mean, he's able to get down there, but he's still losing just a little bit of pace off of the turns. Now it's almost back up to about a half a second. So if we're not careful, Greg Holt could get away with this thing again.
You know, and I'm starting to think this may be, I don't see any damage really on that right side, because if he did hit that wall, it was very, very lightly, maybe just a kiss, and maybe the sim will register more damage than what we can see. But I don't think Greg is nearly taking as much of an effect as we think he may be. You know, I don't know. We can look at the lap times, of course. Greg ran a 31.344 last lap, and Seth a 31.462. Last lap, actually, Greg was the fastest driver on the racetrack. And, I mean, if his truck is damaged, that is a phenomenal drive that Greg Holt is doing. And he's a phenomenal driver, don't get me wrong. Greg Holt absolutely is. 7 wins last season, 5 of them at short tracks, and he won this track last season as well. But if there's damage on that thing and he's running the fastest lap, that is huge. Now, last lap, or that last time by, now Seth Berger ran the fastest. You have 31.347 to Holt's 31.428. 10 laps to go. A heads-up battle. Seth sees his target right up the road. But Dirty Air might have the bigger say in this battle. Tire Life, they have the same aged tires. It's who managed them better, I guess is the thing. 30 laps on this thin of tires. That time, Holt was faster than Berger.
Yeah, both of these trucks keeps setting the fastest lap times in the field back and forth as we go. But, man, it just looks like that 3 truck is still dialed in. I mean, even with the contact that happened, it's still pretty much all there for him, and he continues to slightly pull away from Berger this lap. It looks like he's faster again this lap, just slightly, but maybe that 3, like I said, that 3 truck just better on the long runs than most of the people in the field. So if this thing stays green to the end, then I mean, it definitely looks like Greg Holt will finally break away and put a crooked number in that win column that he's been searching for this whole season, even though he's been pretty much almost the most dominant truck this season.
Absolutely, Greg Holt, the most dominant truck on the season, and he's still 8 laps away, 7 laps away this time by the start-finish line from changing that. But, I mean, to lead as many laps as he has and not have that win in the column yet, that's absolutely got to be sticking with him. I know when we interview him, he's just, he's more like that. That's just how it is. But I'd have to imagine there's some part of him that was just thinking that all throughout the day and hoping for cautions not to come out, and unfortunately they did. But at the moment, it looks like Holt is able to kind of undermine any effects those cautions might have had on his race thus far. But there's still 6 laps to go. Still a lot of racing left in this race.
Yeah, a lot of racing left and some tightly grouped packs. I mean, we still have some packs throughout the field that are pretty close. The battle for third is still going on. Behind them, it looks like it's kind of more spread out. But, yeah, Yeah, that battle for third. I mean, these guys are still really close together. Markle not able to pull away from any of these trucks. I mean, it seems like every truck in the field has damage, so it's really not an advantage for any one truck in particular. But Mickey's able to stay right there with him, trying to possibly get under him, maybe take away that podium position here at the end of this race.
Absolutely. This, for the third position, what you see on your screen, once again, the last time by the start-finish line, Berger was faster than Holt. But this time by the line, as they'll get the lap times posted right here, Berger was still faster than Holt, but only by a few tenths. I don't think even if Berger is faster than Holt for every lap from here to the checkers, he has enough time to catch and pass him. I don't think he does. But with 4 laps to go here at Las Vegas, 6 miles to decide it at the Diamond of the Desert. The battle for third rages on. Tyler Markle, John Mickey, Kyle Lingerfelt in the wings. Stutzman, Richardson, Gilliard, Peck, Rogers right now. The top 10, Doug Solms, the first driver, 1 lap down in 11th. 3 laps to go. That time, Holt was faster than Seth Berger. And it's on cruise control at this point, hoping to not hear that magic C word. And at this point, the field is so spread out, I don't anticipate one being thrown anyway. But with 2 laps to go this time by, Greg Holt in prime position.
Yeah, he's been pulling away slowly. Had a little bit of a slow lap there a couple laps ago, but the last couple laps he's been just a bit quicker than Seth Berger. And Berger's kind of trying to match him, but at this point you can't match him. You got to be quicker, and it's just not looking that way for the 77 truck. Unfortunately, I mean, he was there for at the beginning of that restart, but just not able to complete the pass, and then the contact kind of killed any chance that he had to try and see a win here. He's not giving up. I'll give it to him. He's pulled it back about a tenth quicker that time by, so he's definitely trying. But with 1 lap to go, Emerson, it looks like this 3 truck might have it in the bag as they come off of 2.
The white flag presented by Tucson Sound Art for Greg Holt. Just under half a second now. Seth Berger hard charging, but it's not going to matter because off of turn number 4, for the first time this season, Greg Holt is going to victory lane in Sin City.
Greg Holt holds on, dominates the race, and even with a dominating race, he's finally able to take home that win. He's dominated a couple races so far this season, but finally able to claim victory that has eluded him so far. A surprise, Tyler Markle gets third place there, working his way back from the back of the field, and along with John Mickey. I mean, John Mickey didn't even set a qualifying lap, but he comes home in 4th. Some great runs, behind these lead duo of Holt and Berger. But good gracious, what a dominating race from that 3 truck!
What a drive from Greg Holt today at Las Vegas. A dominant one at that. But finally, Greg Holt will get to lead a lot of the laps in the race and be the one doing donuts at the end of it. Greg Holt trying to put that thing in the burnout mode. And there you go, the smoke show from the Mainer on the front straightaway in Sin City.
Yeah, it's got to feel good to finally get it and burn it down, especially here at Las Vegas, a track that he was dominant at last season and does it again this season. So got to feel good to finally get that win. I know leading the points feels good, but not having that win, still leaves something to be desired. But now he's checked that off, got the monkey off his back. Gonna hope to probably continue it. We'll talk to him here in a minute, but definitely gonna probably hope to continue that success as we go forward here, and we get into the heart of the season, making up for all these, getting into the playoffs. But man, what a dominant race and some great drives tonight at Sin City.
Absolutely amazing drives tonight here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Greg Holt finally checks off the win on the season and now looks to be potentially contending for a championship. All that, his reaction to the win, Seth's reaction to the contact, Tyler Markle's reaction to a podium, all on the far side of this break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with post-race interviews on the far side.
Sound art is a product that is a speaker and it's art. We combine it together and we call it sound art. What makes it so unique that any picture can be your speaker? Sound art gives you the high quality sound without the ugly speaker. This isn't a picture with a speaker, the picture is the speaker. Just imagine your wedding picture uploaded onto a canvas and now it's speaking 10,000 tunes. I mean, it's a very cool concept. What we like so much about it that you can take anything that means something very special to you, upload it on the canvas, have it hanging up in your room, your balcony, wherever you want to put it, and now it's a speaker. I mean, how cool is that? It's something that we have that and no one has. No one has this product. It's just a great gift to give anybody. It's just a neat concept. Around here we say, art never sounded so good.
Have you found yourself trying to hide your joy because you're unhappy with your teeth? Your smile is the first feature noticed in an interview, on a date, or in family photos. We want you to be able to shine bright as your best self, and our teeth whitening system is the perfect step toward restoring your confidence.
Welcome, race fans, back to the virtual Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We're now in the post-race coverage here of the Outlaws Sim Series and their 6th round of 22 here at Las Vegas, and it was a wild one to say the least. What we thought was going to be an all-green affair got a caution on lap 120, spiced things up, a big wreck later, and Greg Holt, despite all that, able to hold on for the race victory. But it didn't come without any I guess, conflict there with Seth Berger. What a battle there with Seth Berger on that late restart. Greg, how do you feel?
Feels good. Feels good to finally win one. Yeah. Woohoo.
Now, I saw you were screen sharing before even pulling you up into the booth. I'd imagine that there was conversation going on between you and Seth about the incident.
Well, so, I didn't even know what happened. I knew we made contact, but I didn't know whether I had gone down or him come up. I thought I was driving straight, but at the same time, I don't want to say anything until after. But it's just incidental. Could have cost us both, though. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. It got hairy. I chalked it up to a racing incident. Both of you, of course, racing as hard as you can to go for the lead and ultimately to win. And there's this incidental contact there, but the darting around after that and trying not to get hit by the oncoming traffic, and Kyle Lingerfeld, who had to dart to be able to avoid y'all. What's going through your mind through all of that?
Yeah, no, it's crazy. I mean, I knew it was coming because the cars for like, you know, the first 4 or 5 laps, or maybe even the first 10, everybody's on even playing field. You know, the setups, typically, you know, guys probably building them tight enough to go. And so I was like, man, I just got to survive. I got to survive. And so I was trying to not give up the lead. And I knew they were going to be working together and, you know, trying to get by. And I was trying to, you know, pull somebody up the outside when they looked to the outside. It was, yeah, no. I mean, it was just, all bets off when you're, you know, that was for the race there at that point.
Absolutely, and once that contact happened, I thought you were kind of gone. Seth and Kyle, they kind of closed back up to you for a little bit, and then you were able to drive away. What was kind of going on there? We kind of on damage control, trying to assess how the truck was handling, if there was any damage, or were you still just trying to survive?
I was just flat-footing the damn thing, man. That's why we ran away. But I didn't know what the damage had done to me. You know, I couldn't see, didn't have anybody spotting, so no idea. But yeah, definitely some left front damage on that thing. It's, you know, it is what it is. It's all right. We survived. Everybody survived. No harm, no foul, I guess.
Right on, absolutely. A little bit of left front damage tonight. Next week, I'd imagine this truck may not look as clean because we're getting a little dirty at Bristol Dirt. How do you feel about your dirt oval skills?
Oh, not much of a dirt guy. Been there, done this once before in the Cup cars, and for somebody who had never done it, I mean, that was crap. That was back when Bristol first came out on dirt. Yeah, we'll see. We did all right the last time we were there, especially for we weren't going to win. We were racing against some guys that were really, really good at dirt. So we'll see. There's some other guys in the group that can come through for us. We'll see what happens. It's survive though. That's all that it is. Do we get a fast repair next week? Anything under a mile?
I don't know, but I'd imagine 1, maybe even 2, because of the nature of Bristol Dirt.
I think they ought to make it 3. Jeez.
Oh goodness.
1 for each segment. You're gonna need it.
That would give us some entertainment, absolutely.
Well, it may do the reverse. It may just be, oh, it's a demolition derby until nobody has any fast repairs left. So yeah. No.
Right. Well, I guess you don't have to worry about Bristol Dirt as much because you have that win. Yeah, I mean, you were the point leader and you were still sitting pretty, even if you weren't able to get the job done tonight. But the win on the season make you feel better about your run through the regular season, and now you can look forward to a postseason run, or what is your mentality now that you got that monkey off your back?
Hey, we're just here to win as many as we can as a group, you know. That's the idea. So if I can't win them, somebody else hopefully can. We'll see what happens, you know. That's all that it is. To try to go lead as many laps as we can and win as many races as we can. I wish a bunch of these had gone green flag. I'm telling you. I'd like to have about 3 other ones have gone green flag the rest of the way, but oh well. And the one I didn't want to go green went green the whole way. But at least Cosby was out front.
Right. Back at Phoenix, I thought you were mentioning Auto Club. It was a lot of green flag racing. This West Coast swing, again, very commendable for the entire league of drivers. But for you, once again, congratulations on the victory tonight at Las Vegas, winning where you won last season to make your first win on the season at Las Vegas. You won here in the Xfinity car and the fixed setups here in the truck. Was any of that on your mind coming into today, or because it's just completely different vehicles and setups that wasn't?
You know, it's funny. I love those cars because they're way looser than the Cup cars and the trucks are when they're fixed. That's what makes driving those cars fun. And when you can set them up yourself, you can make them loose. So yeah, no, it's I had it confused. I thought Vegas is where I went through the grass when I won, but it was not. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, we were talking about that, but no, it was a fun race, man. It was a good race. I'm glad we finally sealed the deal, though.
Absolutely. Well, Greg, once again, congratulations on the win. We'll give you the chance to shout out whoever you got to shout out again. Floor is yours.
Like to thank Adam for putting on Outlaws Sim Series again. Shout out to you guys for doing a wonderful job with the broadcast. Shout out to Joshua Ballet for stepping up so that Adam could get a race in. And thanks everybody at Performance Sim Sport for showing up and putting in the time. And a big thank you to all the drivers that come out here week in and week out and put on a show and keeping it clean. Except for the last 20 laps. A couple of them.
Right on. Once again, congratulations, Greg. Best of luck to you next week at Bristol.
Thank you.
And that was driver of the number 3, Greg Holt. Again, finally getting his first win on the season after being so dominant. A huge relief to him. But there's two sides to every story. And on the other side of that lead battle was driver number 77, Seth Berger. Devin, you're standing by.
Hey, Seth Berger, is Devin in the booth? You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, how's it going, man? That was a interesting last restart there. You battling for the lead. Can you kind of walk us through what was happening in your mind and walk us through that contact there that kind of put you and the 3 truck together?
Well, I mean, I was happy enough just to get another shot. We were going green that whole time there, and I was definitely had no chance at the win, so I was gonna be second. But happy I still got second after that. But yeah, with that restart, man, you gotta do everything you can on those restarts when the tire has grip, because no matter what, you're full throttle all the way around this track, and that's the most frustrating part about these things, man. You're full throttle and you can't close up on anybody. But the contact was just racing instant, man. Sucks because he was trying to pinch me down. I don't know if he meant to, but I mean, at that point of the trial, I feel like you're supposed to drift up, But racing, I know it's not intentional, man, but me and him tend to be getting into it more often with each other than others.
Yeah, I understood that. I mean, it's interesting when you're running up at the front. You always seem to find the guy that is also running up at the front, and when both of you are very fast, you're always similar, seem to be right there together, week in and week out, and I mean, it develops rivalries, and it can be healthy and it can be harmful, but hopefully this one remains healthy, and hopefully you guys continue to provide some exciting stuff like you did tonight. I know you wish to be first, and it kind of worked out for you earlier in the season, but not tonight. You missed last week, and we're heading into a unknown track here with Bristol Dirt. Kind of walk us through, how getting this second place finish. I mean, I know you wanted to win, but kind of walk us through how this coming back, getting second place, and then heading into an unknown at Bristol. Kind of where your mind's at going into that.
Oh yeah, I was definitely happy to be able to hang on to second there, but I think it was definitely much needed. I've had a rough last few weeks. I mean, wasn't even able to race last week, and got wrecked out at Auto Club. But happy to be back on track, and I'm happy that we're going to Bristol Dirt just because I love dirt racing, man. The only thing that's gonna suck is I'm not don't know how to make a dirt setup, so we're gonna see what happens there. I think I could wheel it to win if I had the setup, but we'll see. I think it's definitely gonna come down to this dirt guys. I know Langerfeld knows how to set up a dirt car, but yeah, we'll see what happens going to Bristol Dirt. Just try to have fun there because it's a fun track to slide sideways.
Oh, definitely. It's definitely fun. I mean, I've been on it a few times in the truck Xfinity and the Cup car. Just, play around with it, see what it's like. Definitely a lot of fun. But, yeah, you do have to have that setup out and right. And hopefully you guys can do that and continue to battle up at the front. Now that we're getting close to about halfway through the regular season, you're kind of sitting there just above the cut line. I know this race right here helps you out a lot. Going forward, where you kind of sit with your mind, you have the win, you're in the playoffs, but, where's your mind going forward as far as the playoffs are concerned and what you're looking forward to once the playoffs get started?
Honestly, this season for me, it's going to be really hard for me to look towards the playoffs already, just because I'm still a noob at making these setups, man. They're hit or miss, really, but luckily they've been hitting the last couple of times. Yeah, honestly, I think it's just going to have to be still going week by week. I don't really know if I could look at the playoffs that much, but definitely want to get the momentum rolling when we get close to the time.
I think that's a really good answer. You got to take it 1 week at a time. Great stuff tonight, Seth. Congratulations on the second place win. We're going to go ahead and give you the floor now to thank whoever you got to thank, shout out whoever you got to shout out. And yeah, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Burger Nation for watching again. Definitely glad I could be supporting these Liftworks colors and showing them off well. I love giving them TV time, especially sponsoring us in our other league, SRN on Sundays and Wednesdays tonight. So go check out Speed Racing Network tonight for the truck race. But yeah, thanks to Burger Nation for still watching, and good win to Greg.
All right, thanks, Seth. You have a good one. We'll look forward to seeing you up at the front again at Bristol. And yeah, good luck there, and congratulations again.
All right, thank you.
And that was second place finisher Seth Berger. And we got to now talk to a podium place finisher, Tyler Markle. I was talking to you earlier, and you said you were a little surprised that you were like up there in the top 10 in points. Couple of out of a podium tonight. How are you feeling now?
I am going to say thank you to the Yellows for that. I honestly don't think I was going to get there, but I was thinking I was still going to get a top 5 with that long run. But, I don't know, that was fun. That was a fun race. I went from 25th to 16th in the first 3 laps, because I started 2015th. I had a horrible quality lap, but I had a great long run thanks to Adam. So, that was fun.
Absolutely. It looked like a lot of fun. That early portion where you're all packed up and you're just trying to make up as many spots as you can. Like you said, you made up 9 spots in 3 laps. I mean, what's going through your mind when you start at the back of that pack and you have to work your way through it, and then everybody's kind of darting around and still trying to get in grips with their truck? What's going through your mind working through the pack?
So I was gonna take it easy and just start lifting, and that's actually what I did to save the tires. Other than that, like, getting towards that long run, I'm like, wow, a lot of people were, shredding their tires. A couple of the guys on our team, they said they were at like 30%. Well, I don't know how they got there. I was at 60 at the end when I ended up pitting in those first 2 pit stops on the green. I'm like, damn, you guys are shredding the tires. And a couple others were too. I don't know how they were doing that. But, I don't know, I had a great day. Thanks to Adam for the setup.
Absolutely. You're wearing Callaway golf colors tonight. Talk to us a little bit about that paint scheme.
Unfortunately, it wasn't Landon's because he sent that to me, I think, 10 minutes before the race started, and I was already in the session. But since I like golfing, I've been more trying to get into everything that I like onto my trucks and everything, and maybe I'm going to try reaching out to them to see if I can get sponsored, possibly for SRN, or even this, and maybe I can help Adam with some stuff, if I can.
That'd be really awesome. So again, you were in the top 10 points already coming into today's race. The podium should help you out a little bit more. Head into Bristol Dirt. How you feeling about your current stance on the season and then next week at Bristol?
So current stance on the season, I think I've done well. It's been fun. I personally think next week will be my worst finish. Other than, wrecking out at Rockingham. Like, if I finish this race, it'll be my worst one finishing-wise. Because I'm not a dirt driver. Like, when we did it in your league, we had, 8 people, and I think I still finished 5th out of 8. And I was 8th almost that whole race. Yeah, I'm good. We'll see.
I guess we will see. It's going to be a wild one, to say the least, next week at Bristol. But Tyler, again, a wild race tonight. Congratulations. Before you go, talk to us about holding off John Mickey in that battle.
I ain't gonna lie, if he got around me, I was thinking about hitting him just because of what happened at, Rockingham. But I didn't. And, I think I can get around these 2 clean. But if they doored me or anything, I was gonna door them back. Because, Eddie right there, too. Oof. But I got around both of them, I think, in 2 laps when they, both were side by side and everything. But no, holding off John, I was eventually, I thought he was gonna hit me. He never got to me, though. So, that's good. Just sucks. If I would have had the draft of the other 2, I might have had a chance.
I guess that would have been another question. Did you think you had anything for Greg or Seth?
Maybe with draft. I have no clue if I didn't have the draft. I was losing time without the draft.
Fair enough. Well, Tyler, once again, congratulations on the podium. I heard you thank Adam for the setup, but if there's anyone else you'd like to thank or shout out, your chances here.
I don't know. I know family doesn't watch. I was gonna say, hey, thanks family, but whatever. Other than that, thank you, Emerson, for commentating. Same with Devin. I don't know if he's here. I know that he's muted right now, but thank you guys for commentating, and thanks Mal for being the host. So Adam could race this week. Unfortunately, he got caught up in a wreck.
Right on. Well, once again, Tyler, a great run tonight for you at Las Vegas. Best of luck to you next week at Bristol Dirt, and hopefully we're talking to you some more.
Thank you. See you next week.
Yes, sir. And driver of the number 42, Tyler Markle. And again, yeah, I thought he's been stringing together some great finishes, and that's true. I was talking to him earlier, and he was shocked when he said he was 8th in the standings or something like that. And I was like, really? You've had some great runs. But yeah, I'm glad he was kind of able to back that up and give him a little bit more confidence. Unfortunately, head into a track type he's not too all that hyped about, to say the least. But Devin, I mean, what a race, what a show we had tonight here at Las Vegas.
Yeah, it was definitely some close competition, pretty much throughout the entire pack. We did have the particular groups that split off at the end, where we had that battle for first and then, of course, the battle for third. But overall, in the end, I mean, that's kind of how Vegas is. You get those long green flag runs. And then when you finally do end up getting a caution, I mean, it's pretty much true at every track. Cautions breed cautions. So that's kind of what we had, a mixed bag here. But a dominating performance by Greg Holt. We'll see what happens next week at Bristol. It's probably going to shake a few things up. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be exciting, especially as we continue on into the rest of this regular season and get closer to the playoffs.
Well, let's take a look at how everything came down to the checkers. Of course, we saw the top two going at it. Greg Holt, 4/10 over Seth Berger, about 119 laps over the field tonight. Dominant performance from Greg Holt. Came in with 216 laps led. You can do the quick math. He's up to 335 laps led after tonight's race. A very dominant performance. Dominant season so far for Greg Holt. Finally has a win to somewhat show for it. Tyler Markle with the podium, having to fend off John Mickey there at the end. Kyle Lingerfeld was in the wings as well. Jeremiah Stutzman comes up in 6th. Brandon Richardson, a great run for him in 7th. James Gillier for what could have been. But congratulations on all the laps led tonight, James. A stellar performance at the beginning of the race, and still to hang on for a top 10. A great run for James Gilliard, and should go a long way in his bid to try to make the playoffs this season. Eric Peck, a phenomenal run for Eric tonight. I know he got caught up in an accident, but to finish 9th on the lead lap after running in the top 5. Phenomenal stuff from Eric Peck. So happy to see him get that top 10. And Matt Rogers will round out that top 10 in the 96 after, I believe, also he was involved in that accident there with 27 laps to go.
Yep, and then Doug Solms, the lone car 1 lap down, is going to have a good run here coming home in 11th place. Julio Villalobos, who we saw have some troubles in the middle part of the race, comes home 12th. Jason Miz on the 24 truck is going to come home 13th. Joseph Causey is going to be the first truck 3 laps down. He had some troubles on that very first green flag pit stop. That kind of plagued his day with troubles from the get-go. He comes home 14th. Max Service, who was kind of caught up in that first, that stack up on the very first green flag, he comes home 15th. Joshua Gathright in the 27 ran into some issues as well. He comes home 16th. Matthew Setzer, another truck who had some issues tonight, will be 17th. And then we get into the guys who kind of just had troubles and weren't able to recover from them. Kevin Thompson, 22 laps down at 18th. Joe Weaver, who was expecting some big things tonight, but just did not pan out. He gets caught up in a late caution that pretty much killed his chances. He's going to come home 25 laps down at 19th. And then Adam Gardner, who was involved in the same caution as Joe Weaver, he comes home and 33 laps down in 20th.
On to the next page, Brad Bothwell did not get the pole tonight to get his 5th consecutive. That did not happen tonight. He'll be at 4 and does not break the record from last season, where only the record last season was only 4 poles in a 36 race schedule. Thought he had a chance to break that tonight. But of course, still a lot of races for him to try to do that. Jesse Adams also 34 laps down, 22nd. Jeremy C. Poole, and Elam Jr. Big wreck on the back straightaway, 23rd and 24th respectively. Randall Barnett, the race of attrition for the 63 truck. The destroyed engine and coming back out with that truck was something else. He'll come home 25th. Andrew Pratt, 26th. Andrew Schroeder, 27th. Wendell Elliott, 28th. Daniel Park, 29th. Joshua Fox in 30th. And Seth Fitzpatrick only ran 8 laps in tonight's race. So, something else, man. I mean, it was just something else tonight. All the green flag running, I thought we were just going to green to the end. The unexpected incident on the back straight with the 2 lap vehicles definitely got the ball rolling. Unfortunately, put the field into a position that there was a big accident off of turn 4. But as far as I guess the result of the race for Greg Holt and Seth Berger, that wasn't really affected, except they affected themselves with the contact. But Devin, again, just a phenomenal show tonight. But next week is Bristol Dirt. I mean, how are you feeling to call a dirt race?
Yeah, Bristol Dirt. I mean, it's the unknown for this season. You know, we don't really know how it's going to go. I mean, we know that Lingerfelt's pretty good on dirt. There may be some other drivers who are good on dirt, but then again, it comes down to that setup. You got to make the setup work, especially with the open setups. We know that Lingerfelt's probably going to be pretty quick, but I mean, it's all going to come down to that. And Seth Berger talked about it a bit in his interview. That it's just pretty much going to be how that setup can handle, and I mean, it's going to be exciting for sure. I mean, we're going to see some cars sliding it all over the place. So I am expecting a lot of feelings and emotions to be slung around as well. It is Bristol after all, so we'll see next week. But again, phenomenal driving tonight from all the guys. A great race, a very exciting race for the amount of green flag laps that we had. But yeah, something a little different next week.
Absolutely. Here at PitStop TV, we couldn't make things happen, especially tonight with our doubleheader, our simultaneous broadcast tonight. And again, with Andrew Cardinale, the 4th, Trey Shuttlesworth, Eric Brennan, holding down the fort in virtual Fontana, California for the IORL IndyCar season finale. Zach Buchanan, the champion over there. Congratulations once again to Zach Buchanan on another title in his league. It was, again, highly contested. 6 drivers entered that race with a chance at the title, and it was Buchanan who came in 1 point behind Brendan Madonia, taking 2nd in the race, but the title ultimately for Buchanan. So congratulations to him. But of course, we couldn't make things happen here at PitStop TV without our lovely partners like Tucson Sound Art. Your picture, your music. Use promo code PitStop TV at checkout for 10% off of your wall-mounted sound art device today. By Race Pace Setups. Pick up pace with Race Pace, a community-driven setup shop and driver development community all in one. By Permanent Makeup in Cryo in Maine. You deserve the best care that money can buy. By Whiplash Media, the official graphic and camera provider of PitStop TV. And by BAM Racing Videos, by a race fan, for the racing community. And while we had 2 broadcasts tonight, we're not done for the week because we have still the NARL, the North American Racing League, in their 4th round of the season. Head over to the Nürburgring for GT3 racing. It's going to be a lot of fun. 9:15 p.m. Eastern. You won't want to miss it. Round number 4 coming at you tomorrow night. Tuesday evening, the NORC 13th season kicks off their playoffs. They're kicking off their playoffs at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the Oval, the 2.5-mile Oval. And Daniel Falcon and Zoltan Herczeg, 10 wins apiece in the 18-race regular season. Dominating seasons for Zoltan Herczeg and Daniel Falkenham. But can they live through the playoffs? Can they outdo one another? Who will outdo one another? That battle starts at Indianapolis. It's going to be a fun one to cover. NORC Season 13, playoff race number 1, 6:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You won't want to miss it. The Cars Esports Tour is back in town next Wednesday night, 6:40 p.m. Eastern Time. It'll be Myrtle Beach Speedway hosting round number 2 of the Cars Esports Tour. Joshua Balliet here, race controller tonight, and racer here at the Outlaws Sim Series earlier this season. He will be competing in that event, Myrtle Beach Speedway, a track that he is he's very excited for. And late models going at it. The Cars Esports Tour is going to be a fun one to see how that works out. Wednesday night, 6:40 p.m. Eastern Time. And the Outlaws Sim Series will be back in action next Wednesday night. Little bit of dirt racing at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You won't want to miss it. Devin and I will be on the call, and it'll be quite the showing. And of course, you can keep up with all of us, all of the series, all of the updates at PitStop TV, and it's where I was able to keep up with the championship battle tonight from the IORL at our social media platforms like Facebook at facebook.com/PitStop TV, our Instagram at pit_stop_TV, our Twitter at PitStop TV_, our Twitch at twitch.tv/pit_stop_TV, and our YouTube at youtube.com/PitStopTV1. And well, that'll do it from the virtual Sin City. Happy to have had you all here tuning in and join us for tonight's action, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. And well, for all of us at PitStop TV, again, Devin Zimmerman, the amazing co-commentator I get to do this with now at the Outlaws Sim Series. Again, we started it off last season, and it was cut short very, very early into that season. I'm glad to have you back, Devin, because it's been an absolute blast to call these races with you. And Vincent Cortez coming in clutch to save us and back us up with the social media coverage. He's been absolutely amazing at it. And again, a huge thank you to both of you for joining me on this journey with the Outlaw Sim Series. But I'm Emerson Arden. Thank you all for tuning in. Have a safe night. Y'all stay cool. It's very hot in these summer months. And we'll see y'all next time.